Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as the James River High School Junior ROTC presents our nation's colors. Please remain standing and join Boy Scout of America Tidewater Council as they perform the Pledge of Allegiance.
My back hurts. I just thought I'd start the stream off by letting you guys know my fucking back hurts. I think it's how I was laying on the bed the last little bit. That was a mistake. Why were they all out of sync during the Pledge of Allegiance? There's nothing more un-American than being out of sync during the Pledge of Allegiance. Ought to be ashamed of themselves.
We're so grateful for this beautiful night here in Richmond, and we thank you for it. We thank you for allowing us to come here to enjoy this wonderful sport. Right now, Lord, we ask that you keep these drivers and their crews safe. Tonight, Lord, as we remember those who gave their lives 20 years ago, we bow in humble gratitude for the courage that you give.
Why isn't YouTube loading on my phone?
Give their lives to protect us, to guard our freedoms. We're on the front lines of our.
There it goes. It's loading now.
And who see to our safety in the streets of our town every single day. Lord, bless those who are suffering tonight, still hurting from 20 years ago, hurting from just a couple of weeks ago in Afghanistan, and for the family of owner Ed Partridge in his unexpected passing. Lord, bind this nation together. May we all
Lord, bind my back together so it will stop hurting a little bit. I'm kind of uncomfortable right now on my back. So how are y'all doing? I can see comments now whenever anybody leaves any. Dylan hasn't come here yet. He might be busy. He said he wanted to come hang out. I ain't heard from him in a while. Oh, God bless my back. Hey, McAfee. Trying to watch a race. Leave my leaderboard alone, McAfee. Well, my pick today is Denny. If Denny wins, I get the money. I said Denny goes back to back. Yeah. Whenever Dylan gets here, if he gets here. Well, we're really taking a chance next week. We're going to Bristol, planning on driving back after the race. What if it rains? Be scrambling to find a hotel in fucking Tennessee or like the North Carolina border. We'll find something. We'll figure it out. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. In the meantime, we're just going to plan on coming back after the Bristol race. That is next week's problem. Tonight's problem is my fucking back. What is this? See that little kid scratching his balls there? I saw that. Maybe we'll make it to the competition caution without a Rick Ware caution. Denny wins, you'll give me 20. Sweet. Go, Dennis. I will fucking send you my NFL picks. Michael, I promise I ain't forgot. I lied, I keep forgetting. Well, technically I forgot now because I just remembered it. That is a lot harder than it looks to fly planes that close together in formation without hitting each other. Play ball. Yeah, if Denny wins, I'll make good money, which is why I know he won't win now. I know he won't win. Hey, that'll cover the BS fees Ticketmaster and Bristol Motor Speedway threw onto our purchase earlier. That'll cover my side of the fees. It's like, yay. I don't have high expectations for this race. I had high expectations for last week, and it lived up to it. I have no expectations because this is Cup Series at Richmond, and it's usually a bore. My back hurts, and I'm a little tired, but so I need this race to be good. I hope I get a good night's sleep before tomorrow. Big day. Football all goddamn day. Thursday night was just an appetizer, and it was a good one. But when the game was over, I was like, God damn it, I want more. Hell, halfway through the Tampa Bay-Dallas game, I was like, ooh, this is the only game tonight. Fuck. I need to take a shower after the race before I go to bed, though. You almost caught a fish. God, I haven't been fishing in so long. I always liked fishing when I was young. I wonder if I'd like it now, or if I just get bored so easy. Bring a podcast to listen to while I go fishing. Oh, man. Listen to the race on Sirius Radio while I'm fishing or something. You know, I keep shitting on that Bears-Rams game tomorrow, but I do want to see Matthew Stafford and the Sean McVay offense. So you know what? That'll be something to look forward to tomorrow evening. Old Stat Patford. Finally with a great head coach. Bristol next Saturday night. I will be there. Thinking about it already. Hopefully we get good weather. That's all that I'm thinking about now. Licensed music. Time to mute this shit. Some fat dude with long hair playing the guitar. I did want to go to Talladega in a few weeks, but waiting till the spring is just the right decision. But every time I see a Talladega highlight, I'm like, ugh. But you know what? Something to look forward to next year. Next year I'm going to Talladega, and I'm going to Daytona in the summer. So Martinsville, Talladega, Daytona, that's getting knocked off the bucket list next year. Then maybe a year after that, Daytona 500, if I'm alive. Very bold of me to assume I'll live. I could get COVID again and it'd actually kill me next time.
It's NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Richmond.
It sure is, Rick Allen. Couldn't get more dramatic than last week. Wonder if we'll get any more drama tonight.
Drivers, including Chase Elliott, whose flat tire in the ensuing wall contact resulted in a 31st place finish and put the 9 team just 4 points to the good. But one thing that winning a championship will give you is perspective. There's few in the garage better than this bunch. It's separating last week from today. It's another uphill battle. Richmond hasn't been the best track for Chase, so it's time to...
Yeah, I avoided the Chase Elliott pick because Richmond's not been kind to him in the Cup Series.
Their season as hit or miss here on this 19 team. But talking to James Small, the crew chief, he said, "Do not worry. We have."
Man, I've seen Martin Truex Jr. win multiple times in person. Charlotte Fall 2017, Coke 600 2019, Darlington this year.
Cliff Daniels, the crew chief for Kyle Larson, earlier this week. He said, you know, this race at Richmond honestly gives me a little bit of anxiety. That was only further this afternoon when they failed inspection twice. Kyle Larson will start at the back of the field. So why was Daniels so anxious about this race in the spring? He called it, quote, our worst race of the year. They know they need to perform.
Worse than when they blew up on lap 2 at Talladega. Please don't have that happen again in a couple of weeks.
In the playoffs. Special night. Let's get the command for race 2 of round 1.
USA.
Words in motorsports. Please welcome hometown heroes from the state of Virginia's Sheriff's Office, State Police, Fire and Rescue Squad.
Drivers, start your engines.
Heroes behind the wheel and heroes giving.
Kyle Busch driving the awesome patriotic paint scheme.
Racing, short track racing.
It's one of my favorite M&M's paint schemes. Kyle Larson and Cole Custer to the rear. Inspection failures. Garrett Smithley for a driver change. You win 260 if a Toyota wins. I like your chances tonight. What if Christopher Bell pulls the upset? All I know is I'm ready to watch football tomorrow. It's like Christmas Eve. We've been talking about it for months. So, guys, come hang out in my stream tomorrow. We're going to stream pretty much all fucking day. We'll take, like, I'm going to do a 1 o'clock game stream, stop that stream and start a new stream for the second game, and then take a break before the Sunday night game. So it'll be like 3 streams tomorrow. We had some people come hang out Thursday night. I forgot that my NFL stuff's nowhere near as popular as my NASCAR stuff, so I was taken back. Like, damn, nobody, like, fucking 4 people come by Thursday night. But no. I'll usually let you guys know at the end of a NASCAR stream what the next NFL game is that I'm streaming, because I'm not going to stream every primetime game or every game all year, every week. You know, I'm going to pick and choose the ones that I'm really interested in. Of course, the biggest regret last year was I remember there was a Sunday afternoon where I was like, all right, guys, I'm taking a break. I'm not going to stream today. And I watched Arizona play Buffalo, and that was the Kyler Murray Hail Mary pass to DeAndre Hopkins. And I was like, shit, why didn't I stream this game? Shit. So I usually I'm good about picking games that I find compelling or have something at stake. I wished I'd streamed the Bengals-Steelers Monday night game late last year, but come on, it was the fucking Bengals. I didn't know they were going to slap Pittsburgh in the mouth.
Ram Trucks, the only truck brand to win Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 years in a row.
Eagles, Falcons, Browns, Chiefs, and then the Bears and the Rams tomorrow for us. And I'll try to keep an eye on an extra game on the other TV, because I'm interested in that Packers-Saints game, but I'm more interested in Browns-Chiefs. But I'm going to try to keep an eye on both. Kyle Busch hit the outside wall and then tries to run somebody over in the garage.
That's what you get when you run like. He was head first into the wall. I have no right line started.
A near perfect race for Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin and the winless streak will end tonight.
Steve, when playoffs starts, it seems as though the pressure gets ramped up, and we saw Denny Hamlin rise to.
God bless the NASCAR schedule makers for putting the first race of the year, usually, I mean, the first or second playoff race every year is on a Saturday night before NFL kickoff, so we can all watch our football on Sunday.
It was like a heavyweight battle, and then Larson threw the Hail Mary in the last corner that none of us expected. I think that's what I look forward to the most, is not who makes mistakes, but who steps up.
That is a big windshield banner on Kyle Larson's car. Is that me, or is that way bigger than normal?
Failed inspection twice, has to start at the back.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one way to characterize it. It is a mistake. It's unfortunate for the five.
Ooh, Giants Washington. Okay, so we're not streaming the truck. Well, fuck. I can't watch both of those at the same time. We're going to end up talking about one or the other. Fuck, that's a tough call. I guess we're going to do Washington and the Giants probably because I'm just in a football crazy mood and I don't really care about trucks. I forgot that trucks are on a Thursday night. Remember last year the truck race at Richmond was on the same night as NFL kickoff? Chiefs Tech. I'm like, who the fuck scheduled that? You got to go up against NFL kickoff with your little truck race? I'm going to watch the Giants in Washington. I'm not going to give two fucks about the truck race. And I was right. Kyle Larson's windshield playoff banner is way bigger than everybody else's. Because I'm looking at the other drivers, and Larson's is definitely bigger.
Race fans, at this time, we ask you please stand and proudly raise your American flags as we honor those lives that were...
Yeah, Chris, I wish I had missed the Xfinity race as well.
2001. We take a moment today, 20 years later, to
come watch football with me tomorrow.
Across this great nation and thank them and their families for their tireless dedication and sacrifices they make each and every day. Wave your American...
Boy, when I'm streaming that Falcons game tomorrow, the win probability percentage on the ESPN website is going to be really interesting to follow because it is a Falcons game. I wonder if that will affect the percentages. Oh my God, it's a game of GTA Busted on the racetrack. I miss Richmond as the playoff cut race, but Daytona's so much better for that. Where were you? Damn, $50 seems like a big loss to me, Michael. Boy, pit entry at Richmond is really narrow.
NASCAR is like America's quilt. So many pieces put together.
We're like America's quilt, Rick Allen says. Wonder if he's been practicing that line all week. You know, NASCAR is a lot like a quilt.
Everyone come together.
Uneven and never stays on my fucking bed properly. Anyway, next time around might be the one to go. Larson's still at the front row. He's got to drop to the rear.
Show Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin making up row one, but we know that Larson will have to start this one in the rear.
Yeah, that's a big penalty when you think the front 16 spots all taken by playoff drivers. You see
Look at God, Larson's got an 80-point gap over the cut line. I'd say he's fine.
Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano back in row 3. Chase Elliott back in row 7. Next to his teammate William Byron. Two drivers looking to have that big bounce back after accidents a week ago.
Guys that need good finishes back here in row 7 and row 8. You see Cole Custer. He'll also have to go to the rear. How about Ricky Stenhouse Jr. starting in row 12? Always runs well here at this track.
Yeah, track that I think he has a lot of confidence. He loves this short track. And I think that helps. When you come here, you have to have confidence coming in to think you're going to run well. This place is finicky.
Checking pit road speed now.
But it's relentless for 400 laps. We were talking earlier. It may be shorter on the clock than Darlington, but it is not any easier.
Thank God this race won't be over 4 hours long, barring ridiculous red flag.
It's one of my favorite tracks, a 3/4 mile short track, Saturday night under the lights. 400 laps.
Stage 1, 80 laps. Stage 2, 155. Stage 3, 165. These weird stage lengths for places like Richmond, Phoenix, and New Hampshire. Still not used to that. Comp caution at lap 30. Fuel window 115 laps or 120 laps, but your tires are not going to make it that far. Kyle Larson has now dropped to the rear. Truex comes up to the front row, and I think we're going to get one to go this time.
Let's test our broadcaster's fitness. We want to bring
And Dale Jr. pulling a double shift today in Richmond.
Fitness. Junior, you actually raced on the track about 2 hours ago. How was it?
Well, racetrack ain't changed much.
Not yet.
A lot of that tonight, beating and banging, trying to get underneath guys and make passes. Williams, he was a lot of fun to race with there. Got loose under his
Junior probably had more fun than Josh Williams had.
Zones of the corners. The cars are really loose entering. So when you're underneath somebody, you're going to back the car and corner up, get loose on the inside of the guy, get to his door. You can see several guys make those mistakes. The toughest part of this track, though, I think, is pit road.
I don't trust Chase to have a great race tonight. Chase can get a top 5 or a top 10. I don't think they're going to win. He ain't get a top 10. He ain't going to finish 16th. The only way he finishes outside the top 10 is if something goes wrong. But anyway, we're coming to the green.
Quickly off turn 4. Track opens up. It's hard to get the rear tires hooked up. These cars with all this power will be spinning them all the way down the front straightaway.
All right, 2x2 once again as we get ready to kick off the second race of the playoffs tonight.
Here we go.
At Richmond Raceway.
And as Larry McReynolds would say, the green fag is out. Truex, great launch. Takes the lead really easily. This is a Martin Truex kind of racetrack.
Well, after the 5 of Kyle Larson went to the back of the field, Martin Truex Jr. wasted no time at all, showing why he...
Martin Truex leads lap 1.
Racers now after going so long before winning his first short track.
Look at the outside lane right here. Kurt Busch, Joey Logano working on the outside of Hardy. Truex got the lead. His teammate Denny Hamlin was not very happy with it. He was the control car and immediately...
So Denny Hamlin is hollering about Truex jumping the start.
NASCAR agrees.
Damn, son. Black flag, Martin Truex. Well, implications. We've got 27 laps till a comp yellow, but Martin Truex Jr. is going to be over a lap down. And here he comes to pit road to service penalty. Denny Hamlin takes the lead. Kurt Busch second. Joe Logano third. If Penske's going to bounce back and run more consistently, they could start here. This is a good track for Penske as well, especially Brad and Joey. Joey's third, Brad's fifth. That was a hell of a jump by Truex. And it's a bad thing that it was.
And that's obviously not what they've done here to start this race, the second race of the playoffs. So he's back on the racetrack. He's got it straight away in front of the
he's still on the lead lap. I wish he would have sped while serving his penalty so he'd have to serve another one.
For a caution, out before those leaders catch him, and he can save those tires and try to keep this thing for the long run.
He's got 25 laps to stay on the lead lap. Truex says Hamlin went first. Hamlin says otherwise, and NASCAR agreed with Hamlin.
First, but then spun the rear tires. So you're going to see right here.
It's hard to tell.
You said the rule. It doesn't matter.
They just showed the replay. I don't know. I wish it was towards the end of the race when Truex got that penalty. Just like last week.
I mean, he's complaining he went before me. It doesn't matter. You cannot beat him to the start-finish line.
The rules are slightly different on the initial start as opposed to restarts later in the race. On the initial start, you can't beat the leader of the line under any circumstance, if I'm not mistaken.
Right now, the whole field right on the bottom of the racetrack. We think on old tires, this track should open up a little bit. But what you want to do early in this run is get the left front and connect it to that yellow line at the bottom of the racetrack. Denny Hamlin up the racetrack.
Looks like typical Cup race at Richmond. I know it's early. They're pretty strung out.
35th is where we'll show Kyle Larson starting this race. Already up to 28.
Kyle Larson's up to 27th now. There's Justin Haley in the 77 double duty today.
Short track where you can do it. Richmond is the place. He said, I told Kyle before the race, let's be patient. We don't have to have any magic tonight. Just make your way slowly through the field. Let's be in contention in stage 3. That's my biggest concern.
My biggest concern for this 5 car is not about the traffic, it's about the equipment. You know, you just have to take care of your brakes, right? You don't want to beat your car up trying to get through traffic. Then when you get to the front, you're going to have less car than the guys you're racing against. I know these cars seem indestructible, but fresh brakes and a cleaner race
They
car
seem
is
indestructible. The Xfinity cars are actually more durable.
I know what you're trying to say, Steve, but I think those guys at the front of the field are running harder than the 5 is right now. The traffic is actually allowing him to calm down, back the corner up.
And I think Junior's bringing up a good point here. He says he thinks the traffic is actually helping. I noticed Junior today was really having to pedal it around people like, I don't know, Josh Williams to not run him over. But at the same time, later in the run, I felt like they were working harder where Junior was running. But I'll take Junior's word for it. He was in the car. So he says, in a way, he thinks this is good for Larson.
Kevin Harvick still winless in 2020.
It's a long race.
Does he have to win to advance into the round of 12?
I don't think he has to win, but you know they're going to have to consistent their way in. Kevin Harvick's going to do his best job.
You hear that? They're going to have to consistent their way in. I didn't know that was a verb. Man, you learn something new every day with Jeff Burton.
I don't think that's a problem. I know a lot of people have anxiety about that. These rotors are built to do that. That's what they're made to do.
If they're not blowing, they're not working.
And they get hot. Those rotors get really hot. Like 1,000 degrees hot.
Well over operating. I mean, the garage.
They've laxed the restart rules a bit, but the initial start, you have to not beat the leader to start finish line.
On the racetrack, that's probably a little higher than you want them all day, but you can run in the high teens for sure.
See, way up in the top of the screen there, that yellow car, Joe Logano, is searching up the racetrack just a little bit. Let's see if he finds any speed moving off the bottom of the racetrack.
Denny Hamlin out front. He started on the front row.
Old Dennis out front.
Under the lights at Richmond.
The 24. They race all across the world, like here, and here. This is France. Before they.
Okay. Guess I'm flying solo tonight with this race, but that's cool. Maybe I won't be talking as much. My throat feels good today. Sometimes I stream and I feel like I'm losing my voice. Thursday night was one of those nights. I was like, holy Christ. I'm feeling pretty good today, and I did that Xfinity race earlier. I was just really sleepy during the Xfinity race. But the old vocal cords and throat are holding up. Streaming is such an effortless job, but it takes a toll on your throat. Certainly easier than other professions that take a toll on your throat, am I right? OnlyFans girls. I like how my Peacock, my NBC app just said ad 3 of 3, and then it started another ad and said, oh, ad 4 of 4. It's like, just kidding, we got an extra ad for you.
And Peacock.
Coverage will resume shortly. Be glad you guys are glad that I'm not going to Talladega, because Talladega and Daytona are some of the most fun streams I do. That's why it's a shame next year we're not going to get to do a couple of them. But hey, I'll be happy to be there.
Listen in on pit strategy and spotter communication. The crew chief calls. Visit NASCAR.com/scanner and you can start your subscription tonight. Running along there, we saw
Old Dennis
the hands of
ham sandwich working his way through lap traffic. The adulterer in the 11 car. Notice because he won last week, I hadn't even made a joke about him cheating on his girlfriend. I just now remembered. 3 Penske cars in the top 5. Like I said, if Penske's going to bounce back and be more consistent, this is the kind of track. It's perfect for them that Phoenix is the final race. If a Penske car makes it, you'll have to take them very seriously. That's like their bread and butter. Super speedways and flat intermediate tracks.
Well, I thought that
Or the short tracks.
But I won't pretend that he got fined for the S-bomb he dropped in his interview. I'm just going to
Here's Rowdy. Where's Rowdy running? He's back here with the 48 and the 24. That's three guys that had a bad day last week. 3 wide. Kyle Busch under William Byron and Alex Bowman. Kyle Busch has spent the better part of this year in Hendrick sandwiches repeatedly. I witnessed it at Charlotte. That 600 that nobody remembers because Kyle Larson stunk it up so bad.
It's back in front of him, though, so that's Kyle Busch now up into the 11th.
Kyle Busch is 11th.
Back to 12.
Kyle up the racetrack right here. He's going to get a good run.
5 laps till the competition caution.
Right on board the Barbara Cam, the Toyota Cam. Down into the corner here as well.
Kyle Larson up to 20th after starting 35th. Truex still on the lead lap, making good time.
Pulls this 24 a little bit there on the acceleration. So that's how you can get off the corner better. Everybody struggles with drive off. You put the gas down, you start mashing the gas pedal, and the rear tires just spin. It's the most frustrating thing. You see him wiggling the steering wheel. It's because the rear tires are trying to spin out in front of the car.
You see him not full throttle.
Yeah.
He's past the start-finish line before he can go full throttle on the front straightaway. The front straightaway is curved. And he's trying to spin the tires because you can't put both the weight's not equal on both rear tires.
I'd love to see Kurt Busch win in front of me next week at Bristol. That'd be a cool thing to see in person. See a guy like Kurt Busch win. That would make me very happy next week. I'll miss you guys next Saturday night.
You can mash the gas more on corner exit. That's what that.
But I'll see you for Thursday Night Football and the Xfinity race on Friday.
I've been wondering about this racetrack, this tire, the combination, whether it would provide us with multiple grooves.
One thing's for sure, from the fastest lap to what they're running.
Richmond does not like to rubber in.
In 28 laps, they're running 2 seconds slower than they were, so long run speed is going to be really important tonight.
Mr. Bell trying to get to the outside corner of the 2-car, and he knows as soon as he can get to the outside that Brad can't put the throttle down on corner exit. When you're on the inside of somebody, it's so hard.
Keselowski and Bell battling for 6th in lap traffic. 3 wide with a lap car. Chase Elliott running 8th at Richmond is honestly good. I would take an 8th place finish for Chase and a few stage points maybe. If we just get out of here with the top 10. Hopefully some other guys in the playoffs have some trouble. Nothing against Truex, but he'd be one that I wouldn't mind seeing have problems. Anybody that's not a Hendrick car having a problem that's a playoff car, I'd be happy. Even the ones I like Kurt Busch. Boy, look at Brad. 3 wide with Bell under Quinn Half. Oh. Bell didn't give him an inch. Said, I like Bell to have a really good race tonight. And he just passed Brad Keselowski. And now Chase Elliott trying to force the nose in there on Keselowski. And the caution's out. Damn, that battle was just getting good. Goddamn comp cautions.
And so a good thing for Mark Truex Jr. He made it to the competition caution without going a lap down.
Junior mentioned how tough this pit road is because of the curvature. It's also tough because of the size
Curvature.
of the cars on the lead lap. Very important for these drivers to understand who's in front, who's behind, get pointed out, do whatever you have to do to not be blocked in.
Well, Denny is locked into the next round, so I got nothing to root against him for, and he's trying to win me money, so I don't want to see Denny have problems tonight. Anybody who's not locked in that's not a Hendrick car, I hope all the bad things in the world happen to them. Even the ones I like Blaney or Kurt Busch.
Steve, I don't think you're eligible. You put your phone back away. Rick, you can't apply for this one. But everybody at home can, so make sure you take advantage of it. How about Brad Keselowski in this race? He's a 2-time winner here at Richmond. Does he have to show us that he's a top
Man, if I had somewhere better to set the second TV, my new setup in my room would be perfect. It's near perfect, but I still don't have that much room.
Starts right here on pit road, Parker.
Right, another driver hoping for that same performance. We enjoy the guy on that 22 car. He was just a little tight in the center.
You know what? I just thought of something.
Loose on the exit for the 22, so be 4 Goodyear tires, Soco fuel, and air pressure adjustment. Already you can see Ryan Blaney top right of your screen in the number 12 car. He hits his pit stalls in his
Can't remodel my room right now. I'm streaming. I love that paint scheme on Blaney's car. I know it's the same damn design of every fucking Penske car ever, but I like that color combination. Here comes Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch takes the lead on pit road. Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Joe Logano, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney. Chase Elliott picks up 2 spots to 6th. And I will be right back on Thursday.
soon is brought to you by Toyota.
I hate leaving during a stream, even for like a minute.
Credit card of NASCAR. GoCredit1.com.
For some reason, I'm always paranoid somebody's going to tune in and be like, what is this? It's just a fucking leaderboard in dead silence.
So the
Maybe some people would prefer that because I'm pretty annoying.
But Marty, that's a little bit of I guess strange.
Arkansas beating on Texas.
Normal pit crew.
How about the job by that team with four new pit crew members, 4 guys out because of COVID-19.
Damn, COVID protocol, and Kurt Busch has a new pit crew, and they got him to lead on pit road on the first stop.
Simmons, the rear tire changer, Ken Posiga, and the jackman Shane Wilson, all coming over from the 42 team, and they deliver on stop 1, putting Kurt Busch in the lead. Nice job, fellas.
Well, great job by the one team. Unfortunate situation.
Uh-oh.
18. A penalty for the
Kyle Busch, pit road penalty, equipment interference, whatever that means.
interference. Figure that one out. Let's listen into the 18.
What does that mean?
They got asked for a penalty for equipment interference. We get a drop for the back.
That's a new one. Kyle Busch said that exists. That's what I'm saying. That's a new one. Anyway, restart.
And the 18 will start at the back as his teammate Denny Hamlin.
Burt Cush and Denny Hamlin on the front row. Henny Damlin and Burt Cush. And Loey Jagano. Hamlin around that outside, I think, is going to get the lead here. Damn, Kurt Busch had the lead for about half a lap. Denny's got a car tonight, buddy. You can tell that's the first power move of the night, having to wrestle that lead away from Kurt Busch. I just said that, Junior. I said that was a power move. That stands out right there. But Kurt Busch got a nice run off of 2 to get back to the inside. That inside's not going to get it done, Kurt. Not with the speed that 11 car has. Don't open up the door for the 22 to get to your outside. You better hurry up and tuck in behind Denny. And here's Joey looking to the outside of Kurt Busch. And there's Joey around the outside. Nice move by Joey. Is it going to be a Denny-Joey rematch from the first Richmond race this year that Alex Bowman won? So they gave 4 guys from Chastain's crew to Kurt Busch. Why? Because fuck Ross Chastain. Well, he's not in the playoffs, so I guess that makes sense. Ooh, Kurt Busch. He didn't get that loose, did he, Junior? Goes Blaney for 3rd. All the fan favorites up front. Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano. Chase Elliott in the top 5 at Richmond halfway through stage 1. Oh, whoa! Kurt Busch! Oh, my God. That is a hard hit. That's as hard as you can hit at Richmond. The wheel came off.
Yeah, you see the tire off the wheel. Right
And Bubba Wallace just ran over it. Well, he ran over the carcass.
Wallace was at the back because of the speeding penalty, but the one of Kurt Busch, you call it, Junior, looked like a
Kurt's moving around. He's okay.
spun around. He looked like he had
Well, I said I wanted playoff guys to have trouble, even if it's the ones I like, but now I'm sad that Kurt Busch wrecked. Damn.
talking to his
Oh, well, that's good for my guys.
Let's take a look
Sorry,
at it.
Kurt.
See.
The wheel come off, or did he get a flat?
Hands full. I didn't remember seeing any contact with him in another car, but the left rear is losing
The
air.
letters are rubbed off the left rear. I don't remember him running into anybody.
Back of the car, you can see his hands on the steering wheel, moving a lot more than the rest
And then going into turn 1 here, it just goes. Ooh.
It's such a hard hit.
That's a really hard hit. And then Bubba comes by and picks up the tire carcass.
Left front first. That was
That tire's racist. It just had to wedge itself under Bubba's car.
Everything's good, then immediately you see it's down, immediately around it goes, like you said, Junior.
Implications everywhere. Truex had a penalty. Kyle Busch had a penalty. Kurt Busch just wrecked out of the race with a flat tire.
Caught him by surprise, but you're right. It looks like the veteran's off that left rear tire.
we can roll it back a little bit, but I don't believe there was any
Did he ever?
contact with him in
The closest contact I could think of was maybe.
air
Fuck if I know. I really don't know.
out there. See the AMR guys getting him into the ambulance.
Joey passed him on the outside, and it was the left rear that had the letters rubbed off, so I don't know what the hell happened.
That was such a hard hit. We see so many hard hits down in turn 1 at this racetrack. You just really don't realize how fast you're going here until you're out of control.
And how disappointing. I mean, this team has brought speed. They brought speed tonight.
Well, Bristol's going to be very interesting next week to watch Kurt Busch. I can't wait to be there.
Playoffs.
That'll be a source of some good drama.
Bristol's been a great track for Kurt. They've got great speed in their cars right now.
The caution has come out. Kurt Busch, left rear tire goes down.
Oh, Henny Damlin and Louis Giagano up front. I'm going to try to say drivers' names backwards a lot tonight. I'm going to flip the first letter of both first and their last name or whatever. Well, good for Denny, but that dipshit Noah getting lucky for the second week in a row was really mind-blowing. 2 weeks in a row, I wasted a Saturday afternoon on the Xfinity Series for somebody who didn't even deserve it to win. And that's been my favorite series in NASCAR for the last year or 2 years, whatever it's been.
It's NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Richmond. Telecast presented by Toyota. Toyota Camry CRD is leading the field as the official pace car for tonight's Cup race.
We just saw Kurt Busch go around with a flat left rear tire. We went all the way back. This is coming to the green. I want you to really focus on the left rear because the Goodyear lettering, let's take a look right there. There's already no Goodyear lettering on it, and he definitely...
Boy, this Kurt Busch tire situation is mysterious.
Than it should. Now, we know they go with very low air pressure. That looks lower than the cars around him, kind of by the naked eye, which tells me it either had a leak.
Blaney never touched him. Hamlin and Logano were past him on the outside. I don't know what the hell that was.
The result. But, Junior, to your point, no Goodyear lettering, but I didn't see any damage where he had hit anybody. Perhaps it was just so low that it rolled over under yellow and took the lettering off the sidewall.
Yeah, that's...
Air pressures were a little too low on that left rear. That's the theory for Steve Letarte Jr. I buy that.
The field had to be concerned at all about this. Marty.
Hey, Junior, they're trying to solve that mystery right now, and the crew...
Hey, come on, gang. We got a mystery to solve.
Cameras on their helmets of the pit stop. They did not hit any valve sims. That would be a possible scenario of where that tire would have gone flat. So it left pit road clean, and Kurt came on the radio and said, somehow we cut a tire. That was his only reaction to what happened out on the racetrack.
These are the nights I don't miss as a crew chief. You do everything right, and you literally run over something somewhere on a 3/4 mile racetrack, and now your playoff hopes are a much more uphill battle.
Yeah, already below the cut line, you see now, 2 points down.
Steve, the other thing that could happen is there is a real advantage of running really low air pressure in that left rear. Could they have put just really low air pressure and damage...
Hamlin, Logano, Blaney, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, and Eric Almirola. Harvick and Almirola are working really hard to up the performance of Stewart-Haas Racing. They're starting to show some gains with those two cars. Custer and Briscoe are out to fucking lunch, but Harvick and Almirola have really picked up the game lately. I think the improvement with Almirola has been even more drastic than Harvick. Harvick last week was really good. Great launch by Hamlin again. Brings Blaney with him. Joey didn't get going at all. I'm surprised by that. Restart's usually Joey's expertise, not Denny's.
When you're not the control car, you just gas it up when the leader goes and spin the tires. Everybody has to wait behind you.
Hamlin, Blaney, Logano, Harvick and Elliott side by side for fourth.
second spot.
Chase has got that outside, though. I think he's going to clear Harvick here.
22 with Joey Logano.
Chase Elliott using that outside. He by Kevin Harvick.
And he does.
Up to fourth place.
Eric Almirola on the outside of Brad Keselowski off of turn 2 right here. Now Reddick on the inside. Brad jumps to the outside of Harvick. That 2 car trying to find a little pace here. Join his teammates up front.
Keselowski using the high line. So is Eric Almirola.
Not a big surprise to see the RCR boys up front and running well tonight. Solid.
Yeah, the good RCR drivers in the top 10. Tyler Reddick.
Last year.
It's Tyler Reddick in the 8th. RCR teammate.
Kyle Busch all the way back in the 25th position before the accident with his brother Kurt. This is the pit stop. I want you to watch this tire that rolls away at the front of their car. It not only gets away from their team, but you see where it goes into the 77 pit box. That's why it's not an
Yeah,
uncontrolled
they called the
tire.
penalty
It's
for equipment interference on Kyle Busch's tire
Pit stop.
interfering with a backmarker car.
Differently because where it ends up, result the same penalty for the 18.
Truex is already back up to 14th. You're good call, Michael. He's definitely going to get to the top 10. Rowdy Busch is 25th at the moment. He'll be okay as well.
He said, I don't feel like we're in a must-win. We're in a must-run really good. So, obviously, that's another issue that they kind of have to overcome. But I think Kyle's experience here, Ben's experience on top of the box, is going to pay dividends for them throughout this entire playoffs. And certainly in a situation like this where you are on your back foot a little bit, you've got to dig deep, you've got to figure out a way to overcome any sort of issue you've got. And they're just going to leave it in the hands of their driver to do what he does best. And he gets around this racetrack pretty well, obviously, with 6 wins. So no panic down here in the 18 pit yet. Long way to go.
Kyle Larson's 11th.
Got a great driver behind the wheel. This is the car I kind of had circled. I wasn't sure what to expect out of the 10 of Eric Almirola. I didn't see.
This is a great racetrack for Almirola.
Another short track, while it's a little bit flatter, the concept's the same. Low downforce, a ton of horsepower. So I was waiting to see how the 10 ran tonight. Because, guys, when I think of Eric Almirola, some of the great runs we've seen.
It's the best run I've ever seen Chase Elliott have at Richmond in a Cup car, I swear. So right now, the bottom 4, with 26 to go in stage 1, Bowman's 5 points out, Kyle Busch 17, Byron 18 out, McDowell 33 out. I don't ever expect McDowell to even come close to getting back into the top 12. Kurt Busch has dropped to only being 5 to the good after he had a good day at Darlington last week.
You'll see him in the top 10 when this race is done. Parker.
All right, Dale, I actually spoke to his crew chief, Mike Bugorevich, just about that exact topic. And he said, not just here, Phoenix, he mentioned New Hampshire, obviously this place. So places you use the brakes, 750 horsepower, you've got to balance that. That's right in Eric Almirola's wheelhouse. This team feels.
You guys watch Urinating Tree? He posted a vlog of his trip to Daytona. Tree, we got to get you to more NASCAR races. Become a full-time NASCAR fan again. We need people like Urinating Tree. You angry Yinzer motherfucker. We need you. Good NASCAR fans like him. And 5 points vids. I got big love for both of those guys. They make great quality fucking content. Tree might be my favorite YouTuber all around. And I look forward to this week in Sports Ball around Wednesday or whenever.
And Parker has caught up with Kurt Busch.
We got a Kurt Busch interview. It'll be a lot friendlier than a Kyle Busch interview. Kyle Larson, top 10. Racing his buddy Christopher Bell.
I'm just impressed with our speed and the way we unloaded and had that first 30-lap run. And then after the pit stop, my wife has this word. She used it with her horses. She says, it's something got wonky. Like something in the left rear, one right. And I'm like, guys,
What if McDowell wins Bristol? There better be some rain in the forecast. He better plan on staying on the lead lap. That's the first thing they need to do at Bristol. Kyle Larson, 9th place. Larson's got a good car, too. The cars I like right now the most are Hamlin, Logano, and Larson. Top 5 with 20 to go in stage 1. Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Joe Logano, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski.
I'm not racing.
I'm
I figured out a way to skip most of the Peacock ads. I fast forward right as they're going to commercial, and it catches me up a little bit on the app with everybody else, and it skips like the first NBC ad. Because when you're watching on the app, they show separate commercials, and then when the ads are done, you just watch a blank screen until the actual broadcast is ready to come back on. Yeah, Richmond's not been kind to Blaney, but it's good for the other Penske cars. You know, the best part about this time of year in the playoffs is that we never have to hear about Matt DiBenedetto underachieving because he's not in the playoffs, so they don't really talk about it much. But I'm sure Talladega will have to hear about it. Oh, wait, at Bristol. Well, good thing I won't be able to watch the broadcast next week at Bristol because they'll talk about that time Matt DiBenedetto almost won at Bristol. So I'll be there and won't have to hear any of that. I don't think I'm going to go to bed right after the race. I think I'm going to stay up and play some GTA and shower, then go to bed. Because I haven't been sleep. I sleep like, how much did I sleep today? I sleep like 5 to 7 hours at most. So if I go to bed at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, I'll be fine. Because I'll wake up. At the latest, I'll wake up at noon. Could have went to bed during that Xfinity race, but I feel more awake now. It's just the Cup race is more interesting to me. I said, sorry we're not doing the truck race Thursday, but football is the reason why.
You can download the official app of NASCAR, and you can follow the action.
We wind down stage one.
In-car cameras and radio broadcast. Just search NASCAR.
I wish the truck race was on like Wednesday night, like it used to be. They used to have the truck race on Wednesday night at Bristol. That's what it needs to be. Who the fuck's going to watch the truck race over football? Even if it's a couple of shit NFC East teams that nobody cares about. I mean, okay, they're shit NFC East teams, but they do have big fan bases, Washington and New York.
Short track racing under the lights from Richmond. Beautiful view.
Blaney.
And it's Ryan Blaney trying to stay in front
still second place in front of Logano.
Joey Logano for that second spot, Marty.
And Rick, stage points on the line here in 12 laps, 13 laps actually.
These stage points are very important. Obviously. I forget about that because throughout the regular season, I don't really pay attention to stage points much until you're watching a points battle between like two different guys. But in the playoffs, I'm looking in the top 10 going, yeah, good for Blaney, good for Chase, good for Kyle Larson, good for Reddick, but especially Chase after the week he had last week. Joey's car rolls the center way better than Blaney. Like I said, the best cars out here are Hamlin, Logano, and Larson. Blaney's got a solid car, but it ain't rolling the center like Joey's is. And Joey's is coming to life right here at the end of this run. And Chase Elliott's knocking on the door, too. Chase's car is really consistent. I like it. Really consistent. Not remarkable, really consistent. Damn, they went 3 wide with a lapper there. That's going to get Logano the pass done on Blaney. And Chase is going to try to follow through.
Into the turn 3 here, as Blaney on the outside. We'll see if he gets shuffled out.
Maybe I'll be able to keep an eye on the truck race. I don't know, because I got to use the PS5 to stream Thursday Night Football because I can't use my computer because I need my computer to watch the Thursday night game because I don't get NFL Network. Pretty lame, right? I got to stream off the PlayStation like we used to. Remember those days? Some of you might remember when I used to stream these races, giving you a blue screen on PlayStation. Alex Bowman, who won here earlier this year. Interesting circumstances, but he still had a strong car and won. Didn't have the dominant car that day. That was the two guys that are running 1-2 right now, Hamlin and Logano.
The other teammate there at Hendrick Motorsports is running 6th right now, Kyle Larson.
Larson is 6th, and he's about to be 5th. He's going to be top 5 here. We got 7 to go next time, and he's running up on Keselowski. Look at the speed in Larson's car. He just comes off that corner so fast. So fucking fast.
Way easier than it is. And Steve, it rips the heart.
He looks like he's got 30 lap fresher tires than everybody he's running with. That's how fast Kyle Larson looks right now.
And here he is in 5th place with 7 laps to go in stage 1. I mean, it just shows to his competition, we're going to take the wins away. We're going to win this championship, Marty.
And the fastest car the last several laps. So maybe he was following Dale Jr.'s advice, taking it early, being so good here on the long run for Kyle Larson. I think the bigger picture for this race team, they came here in the spring. Cliff Daniels told me it was by far our worst race of the year.
Well, Kyle Larson's a former Richmond Cup winner.
And they knew they had to come completely different. So
I know they didn't run good here earlier this year, but...
How about their teammate, Alex Bowman, who won the race here in the spring?
And here comes Larson again, looking like he's got 30 lap fresher tires.
From the back to the top 5.
About to blow by Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott's running the apron to get a look under Joey Logano. The two best Hendrick cars have really good speed at the end of a run.
This place is so worn out. It appears that a lot
Larson just powered around Blaney like it was nothing. Chase is probably going to have a harder time with Joey. Doesn't matter what kind of car Joey has. He's not easy to pass, especially if he doesn't like you. And he does not like Chase. He pinched him down there. Chase got really tight. Has to drop back in behind Joey. Running the apron, like Jeff Burton just put it out. Off of 3 and 4, Chase is running the apron. And Joey's trying to put him down there. Every point matters. Get this spot. Oh, he's putting the bumper to Joey. I thought he was going to hit him harder than that. Just upset the back end of Joey's car a little bit. Joey gave him more room, but Chase's car is a little tight. He can't run the bottom. He got tight again on the bottom and let Joey get around him on the outside again. Now Joey's going to send it down into 3. Chase right on his left rear trying to get him loose. And here comes Kyle Larson's running both of them down. We're at 2 to go. He's not going to get him, but he's going to be right there at him, especially if they stay like this. If they race side by side for the next lap and a half, Larson might pass both of them. Denny Hamlin is in his own zip code, 4.5 seconds ahead, coming to 1 to go. Chase finally going to get this pass made. Yes, he will. Chase Elliott, 2nd place. 1 to go.
It's shorter, but it's also a place where he can apply more throttle, get more drive.
And old Dennis of Hamilton's going to win stage 1.
Already in the 2021 season, but his first win came a week ago. Denny Hamlin is going to win stage 1.
And Chase Elliott's going to get 2nd place points. Logano 3rd, Larson 4th, Ryan Blaney 5th.
5 stages at this racetrack.
Successful first stage for me. I'm happy. I wish the 48 and the 24 were running better, but the 9 and the 5 are the ones I've got my championship hopes pinned on.
Stage points, Logano, Larson,
And I know that.
Blaney, top 5, rounding out the top 10. Rounding out the top 10. Rounding out the top 10.
God damn it, NBC. Quit fucking with me.
In endurance racing, there
There
are
we
two
go.
types of cars. These and these. He's in a race, but they're not racing each other. That's the race engineer.
Mute. I'm going to treat myself to a glass of milk in my Falcons cup. Get that nice failure taste before tomorrow another season kicks off. Tastes like failure. Michael, I'll try to set up a way to watch both, but the stream is primarily going to be about football. I'm going to call it the, Washington versus New York stream or whatever. I'll come up with my NFL streams. I like to come up with stupid little titles. Like Thursday night, I called it Golden State Bucks versus Dallas Sycamore. So I always try to come up with something funny. What do you want, Mr. Ozzy? You've been asleep all day.
Pit road was still closed.
Cat's been up in the attic for a while today.
A little bit more time to prepare, be ready.
Now there's this compromise by all the crew chiefs. Your driver's been out there. He's telling you how the car is driving. You know the track's going to change. You see the wedge wrench stuck to the helmet.
Get up in front of the fucking TV, Cat.
His challenge is
I don't want to watch Saturday Night Ozzy. I want to watch NASCAR. Why are you in front of my TV?
What adjustments slow the pit stop down the least? With only 5 pit crew guys, this isn't like the days of 6 or 7. If you're going to come over a pit wall and start turning wrenches, it is going to slow the pit stops down, and as equal as it is, you will lose spots.
Tires so important here.
Hamlin, Elliott, Logano, Larson, Blaney lead them on to pit road for the second time today. Chase says he lost all his turn. It did look a little tight in the center when he was running the bottom, but hell, he made the pass.
Chase Elliott is in from the second spot. Said that he drove the car differently on that second run after the caution to try and make it last longer. Car still wasn't better, so still not exactly to his liking, but just more tires and fuel.
Really good stop for Chase. He's going to beat Logano out of the pits. Hell, Chase has a shot at getting the lead here. He has a shot at it, although Hamlin's guys nailed it. Hamlin's going to have the lead. Chase second. It was really close. Keselowski gets back into the top 5 with a good pit stop. 11.5. That was 11.4 on my screen. The Hamlin's crew was on point 2. What do you want? What do you want? Yes. I hear you, buddy. What are you doing? You only meow when you want something, Ozzy. I know you. Mr. Ozzy. Coverage will resume shortly. Come on, the silence is deafening. Thank you.
Go full throttle with Wi-Fi speeds worth celebrating. Fast internet.
Faster than Xfinity internet.
Your internet do that. NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Richmond. This telecast presented by Toyota. Let's go to the Peacock pit box. And
I don't like them cheating Toyotas.
So far.
A lot of Denny Hamlin. Winning and confidence is a wonderful thing. He's been good all year, but certainly this is a racetrack that he comes to with a lot of confidence too.
Yeah, we see Denny Hamlin because they're sitting here in the pit box. Nobody else is seeing it. I'm telling you, but I've seen the Fords. There's 5 Fords in the top 10. When is the last time that we've been able to say that the Fords have been a force, not a force, but have been relevant tonight?
Yeah, I agree. Joey Logano's been really, really strong, and I expect him to be here at the end of the night. But hey, that guy in that 5 car, they put him in the back. They put him outside.
You can start Kyle Larson a lap down, he's still going to contend. Hell, put him 2 down, he'd still be in it.
Surprise, surprise. That's right. Kyle Larson.
Hamlin, Elliott, Logano, Larson,
Now contending towards
Keselowski, Blaney.
Penalty on pit road.
Come on, Rick. Throw it out there. Equipment interference. It's determined the night.
It's the second one we have seen.
Small pit boxes. Your equipment gets away.
So we've had 2 equipment interference penalties.
You're going to call it?
That's interesting.
Equipment interference? For sure.
I've not seen that before, but now we've had it twice in one night, and we're not even quite a quarter of the way through the race yet. So, great restart for Denny. Chase on that outside. Got anything for him? Yeah. Not yet, but yeah, that was a hell of an effort. That's looking to get to Denny's inside. That thing looks like it's turning better than it did at the end of the last run for Chase. Definitely driving harder into the corner than Hamlin. Hamlin doesn't have to drive harder. Whoa, Kyle Larson got loose. And Chase got to Denny's inside. It's hard to make that pass on the bottom. Here comes Joey to the outside, looking to go to the outside of Chase. Chase really pushing it hard into the corner. Denny gives him plenty of room, and Chase takes the lead. Denny couldn't cross him back over, so Chase Elliott just took the lead. Well, I'll be damned. This is a long fucking stage, though. 155 laps. We're only on lap 12. Kyle Larson's car is not doing too good right now. That thing's loose. And Ross Chastain's looking to go 3 wide with Truex and Larson. Luckily, Larson clears them both as they get into 3. Oh, Truex had to check up big time to not run over Larson. Is this going to be a good Richmond race? Larson crosses back under Chastain. Ross Chastain has been consistently top 5 lately. Not just like top 10, top 5 for like a month straight. Chastain is really knocking on the door, winning some races. He's being really consistent.
Kurt Busch had that problem. His teammate, Ross Chastain, has speed. That has to make Kurt know that his car was going to be good. He had speed.
I heard pretty much everything Ross is doing will transfer over to Trackhouse. I know they bought Ganassi. They're going to keep the team together. The next-gen car that Ganassi prepared for Ross to test with at Daytona, that's going to go to Trackhouse. That'll probably be their Daytona 500 car. Harvick and Almirola racing for 10th. They've started to fade. They're doing that Stewart-Haas thing again. They're fading, hanging on to a top 10 spot.
Since their car, the one car, is out of the race. So a couple of those guys came down in Monster Energy.
48 and 24 running 12th and 13th.
Actually, no, they haven't changed. They're still out here in the Monster Energy uniform. So a couple of guys going over the wall that were supposed to be hitting Kurt Busch's car earlier this evening, but back on the 42 now.
Right on the Ford Performance camera, Brad Keselowski hassling his teammate Joe Logano. And I've always wondered, this year with Brad moving on to Roush going into next season with this team kind of peter through the playoffs. Where was the pace for this 2 car? Where was the speed? Looks like he had
Keselowski passed Logano for 3rd.
Marty. And Dale, I think that plus the fact that Brad puts pressure on himself, honestly, when he comes to Richmond. You mentioned it, great racetrack for him. Won this race last year in the playoffs. You see him waving to Joey Logano saying, hey, thanks for racing me nice there as Keselowski moves up to 3rd. But Brad will say, hey, I come into Richmond expecting to win, not finish top 5, top 3, to win the race. His car was brand new in New Hampshire. They felt like it was top 3 there. They expected to run well tonight and expected
Race audio loud enough. I got to turn down slightly more than usual. Maybe I can bump it up a little.
Here, think that equates to a good run at Phoenix. You could be looking at a championship. And speaking of champions,
fastest lap of the race, Chase Elliott, 9 laps ago. We got 9-11 running 1-2 again. Are you kidding me? Dude, if that happens twice in one day, the Xfinity race, Noah and Justin Haley, and the Cup race chasing it, if that happens twice in one day, what the fuck? Oh, 9-11. Yeah, Chase's car is really, really better this run. Turning the center better. Hell, he made the pass for the lead on the bottom. That's
You can't keep a secret down there.
You can't. I don't know whether it works or not.
pretty impressive.
You guys think it does, so they're down there trying it. And it's really something that you
We are a
you
quarter
do
of the way
to pay
through.
off on the long run.
A quarter of the way until all I have to look forward to tomorrow is football.
Right now,
Hooray.
on the long run, you hope that running that line is going to save your tires.
trying to go back to back with great
Elliott, Hamlin, Keselowski, Chastain, Logano, quarter of the way through the race.
When I'm not racing.
Boy, this Jimmy Johnson commercial just never quits, does it? What did I say that was funny, Michael? I already forgot what I said. You'll have to remind me. Now I'm trying to think about what did I say that was possibly funny. Oh yeah, the 9/11 thing, yeah. Seriously. If that happens twice in one fucking day, that's ridiculous. We're living in a simulation. And on today of all days. It's just fucking eerie. I'll sacrifice $20 for a Chase Elliott win to secure the next round so I don't have to be stressed out at Bristol next week at all. Well, Richard, at least are you still able to stand up at this point in the day?
Find a grilled cheese with a cheese.
My NBC app's fucking up.
Toast, and of course, plenty of delicious milk.
Fuck off, NBC app. Catch up.
Coming up on Wednesday, make sure to tune in. NBC Sports on Sirius XM, NASCAR Radio Channel 20. That's live with.
Keep fucking with the app, and I'm making it worse.
Mike Backley and Pete Stone.
So I'm just going to restart the NBC app next commercial.
Race this evening, but also looking forward to Bristol in another Saturday night race.
Larson's car is starting to come back to him. He's underneath Logano for 5th.
Now we're seeing Kyle Larson, Joey Logano fighting it out for the 5th spot. And Logano has it now. Parker.
Right, as we see Logano sort of struggles, he really working the wheel there as Larson got very close to him throughout this run, falling back a bit. You remember at the end of the last run, he got very tight in the center, so Paul Wolf tried to loosen that car up, and what happened was, Joey came on the radio and said, well, all that did was take the back out of the racetrack, and I'm not turning the center.
Larson couldn't make the pass on Joey, and he almost got passed by Truex. Hey, there's Kyle Busch in 8th place. Going for 7th around the outside of his teammate. Yeah, Larson's, I don't know. I can't explain why Larson's not that strong this run.
coming back because we saw that 5 pass lock cars. That 19 is pretty quick, but very loose. Actually described it as sideways right now, Marty.
Parker, we mentioned Alex Bowman won here back in April, sitting in 13th right now. They've made improvements on the run before this. As spotter Kevin Hamlin said, it looks like Alex is trying to have to turn about 6 times, getting into turn 1 especially. They have fixed the entry.
Larson's playoff odds are looking good. He's 95 points to the good.
Guys getting too tight, middle and late in turns 1 and 2, Dylan.
Kyle's pretty fast now. He got by Truex and Larson. And he's working on Logano. Comers and goers. Comers and goers. It's one of my favorite NASCAR broadcast phrases, comers and goers. Chase hasn't opened up that big of a lead. Earlier, Hamlin had over a 4-second lead. Chase has about 8/10. Chastain is third. Once again, I just gushing about Ross Chastain and the strides he's made this season.
So it's real simple. You pit once, which means you run 75 laps.
Deserve to be in the playoffs way more than somebody like fucking Michael McDowell. But shit happens.
Positive to 1 pit stop. You will be on the lead lap.
That's racing.
Negative, you're going to lose time, the math would say, to the guys that pit twice because new tires are such an advantage. The negative to pitting twice, you will be a lap down for a longer period of time, which makes my stomach a little bit of knots. You could be in the wrong side. What the rumor on pit road, the rumor in the garage, if you can believe the coochies, which you can't, I can tell you from experience, is most of the field I expect to pit twice. So that means about lap 135 drivers are going to see guys come to pit road. But my question to you,
these stage links do make the strategy really interesting on tracks like Richmond, Phoenix, New Hampshire, when they do that weird stage link thing. Instead of 2 equal stages and then 1 really long one.
It's just really early. It's sooner than you think, and pit road speed begins there as well. So you can't be
Richmond is a track in NASCAR games I have to practice pit entry. There are certain tracks where I'm not comfortable. Las Vegas, Chicago, Kansas, Richmond. Got to practice pit entry.
If you were going into the corner just on a normal lap, if you drive in the corner that deep, you're not going to make it. You're going to miss pit road entrance. You got to back that entry up way up, or you will.
You got to back that ass up to get on pit road.
It's so flat down there out of the way, you don't even know it's there until you're right on top of it. And then you got, the corner, the pit road's bent until you get out here toward the front straightaway, so you can run faster in that bend. But how hard do you push it before you get busted? You see this.
NASCAR 21 comes out at the end of October. I don't think they're bringing it to Bristol. I know there's certain racetracks they're coming up to where they're going to bring the game out and people can come try it out. They're not bringing it to Bristol, so I'm disappointed. Not that I'd get to try it anyway. There'd be a line a mile fucking long. But it'd be real nice to get my hands on NASCAR 21 a little early. I'm going to get the PC version. Kyle Busch about to get into the top 5. Old Jolo and Keselowski right. Oh, into the back of Joey. Yeah, Joey spun the tires coming off of 4. Trying to get back in the gas and pull away from Kyle. Didn't work out.
Logano got on the apron. When he did, he lost the control of his car. Kyle Busch right behind.
Interesting that Joey barely touched the apron and got sideways. Earlier, Chase had his left sides all the way down on it trying to pass Logano. It's like Chase, all he had to do to get the car to turn in a corner worth of damn was to hit the apron. Well, Robert, I understand that. I know that they said, I think Radman said when he played it at Daytona, they had a lot of assists on. Not all the assists, but they had a lot of assists, and they had the AI on, average. It's just I'd like to get a feel for how the cars might handle, because I can decipher how it's going to be with how I want to play it. with or without assists, however many assists I want to use, or if they got ones on that I don't want to use. I can just get a gauge of how the car is going to handle. I'd really like to know, but I guess I'll just have to wait till the end of October, like everybody else, even though I won't get to play it till I get back from the KISS cruise, because it comes out the morning I fly to Florida. So
Kozlowski dropping a couple spots as the 18 has been by, and now the 19 of Mark Truex Jr. looking to make the pass as well. So as quickly as the 12, the 22, and the 2 were all up inside the top 8. Now they start to fall out of those.
Elliott, Hamlin, Chastain, Logano, and Rowdy. Got 110 laps to go in stage 2. You know, the older I get, the more I lean towards the simulation aspect. I'm not a full-blown simulation video game racer guy. I'm not that good. Don't have the patience to be that good. I like somewhere in the middle. You know, I use a couple of assists, or I have some turned really low. Certain one, I don't. Auto brake can go fuck itself. Steering help can go fuck itself. Stability help, it really depends on the racetrack, because I felt like road courses in the NASCAR, the last few heat games, felt like you're driving on ice. But after a while, I got used to it, and I didn't really need much stability help. But steering and brake assist, fuck all that. Let me drive the damn car. What is my local track I go to? I don't really have a local track, but where I live in North Carolina, I live between Bristol and I live between Charlotte. I live between Bristol Motor Speedway and Charlotte Motor Speedway. Darlington's not that far from me. Atlanta's not that far. So I live pretty central to a lot of racetracks, and Martinsville is north of here, all within driving distance. I guess my local tracks would be like Greenville, Pickens, or Hickory. I'm about 40 minutes from Hickory and about the same from Greenville, Pickens. Harris Speedway is really close to my house. It's within about 20-25 minutes. You go to Racing Reference, see Richard Petty won a cup race at Harris back in the day. One of the illustrious 200 wins was not far from my house. Stat Padford makes his Rams debut. Old Stat Padford.
The Bucks Cowboys and Tom Brady. What a performance for Tom Brady's performance. How about Dak Prescott? It was an old school heavyweight quarterback battle. So much fun to watch.
That game Thursday was fantastic. Almirola and Harvick side by side. Almirola gets the better of Harvick. Top 10 spot. That was for 10th. And Denny Hamlin's the first car to pit road. Tyler Reddick to pit road. Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, Ryan Priest, Justin Haley, Daniel Suarez. Pit stops are beginning. 2 stops in this stage.
Being the first guy on pit road of the playoff drivers, and they did that. Gave her time on pit road, all the backstage Hamlin reacted quickly, got down to pit road speed. Nice entry on the pit road. You see everyone else now following. Time up turn 4.
And here is the race leader, Chase Elliott. Has been pretty happy with his race car. Hits his mark, will go around and change the right side of the tires. And again, didn't make any adjustments last time. Doesn't look like any adjustments again. Ross Chastain has been very happy with his race car. They made some adjustments to try and free him up at the end of stage 1. Those help. Those adjustments for sure.
Good stop for Elliott. Another pit stop for Chase under 12 seconds. Joey Logano's team under 12 seconds. Kyle Busch, 12 seconds flat for his team. Some good pit stops going on there. Under 12 and right at 12.
He was very loose. You see 4 Goodyear tires for him, just trying to tighten up that car with an air pressure adjustment for that team.
We kind of bragged on Ryan Blaney about how good he was early on. This run, not good. He said, man, we are terrible. I don't know what happened. I don't know what to do to the car. Kind of lost all 4 grip off the corner. That's a popular statement here at Richmond, just needing more forward bite.
Larson is the leader, but he's coming to pit road now.
He now comes to pit road.
He inherited the lead.
So Larson headed right at you, Marty. And we're hearing 34 of McDowell, too fast.
Oh, the implications. Michael McDowell, too fast entering.
The playoff drivers.
Constantly penalty at this short.
I guess he'll just have to win Bristol.
They lose a lot of time without Kyle Larson making his way down pit road. A bit of debris on the grill. I don't think they're too worried about that. Biggest problem, they said, was the drive off. And he said it got worse on that run. Actually got worse the longer they ran as well. So Kyle Larson made a fairly significant change here for fresh junior tires as well. One of the later playoff teams to pick. We'll see when it puts them out in track condition.
Debris came off the grill.
Chase Elliott will cycle through and be the leader again.
20 of Bell. Bell is the
Not by much, though. Denny Hamlin literally right on his bumper. That's what pitting about a lap or two early will get you.
The first two that have already pitted.
Oh, yeah, Denny's ramped it up now. He's to the outside of Chase here.
Not a great battle here. It doesn't look
That's a
like
great
car
pass by Denny.
as comfortable as he was before this pit stop.
Denny gained the time pitting a little earlier, and he's trying to take advantage. Oh, Chase got really loose underneath him. That's going to give Hamlin the lead as they run up on a lap car.
Quicker right here. Makes me wonder if
So good move, Hamlin. He'll be the leader when De Benedetto pits.
Denny looks so much faster.
So Hamlin in front of the.
And that was just from pitting, what, a lap, 2 laps earlier?
Has yet to come to pit road.
And he's the only one. We mentioned there may be some 2 stops, maybe some 1 stop. And now that Matt DiBenedetto is
You got to do this on 2 stops in a stage. You got to do the 2-stop stage strategy. Watched Richmond earlier this year, or hell, watched Darlington when I was there in May.
So Hamlin back out front.
Sticks in my mind how bad that 1 stop in the stage strategy was.
Is 3.5 seconds back from Hamlin.
Got a 3-car battle for third. Chastain, Logano, and Kyle Busch flying through this lap traffic everywhere.
Get these cars around this 7. Corey LaJoy. Corey's been running really well here lately in the 7 car. Hoping to perform well again tonight. He's got these leaders here bearing down in turn 3. Logano right on the back bumper of Ross Chastain as we ride on the roof of Kyle Busch's car, the Toyota Cam down the front straightaway. Takes a good wide entry here. He's going to try to turn this car.
Ooh, Joey.
Logano slides
Tot.
off the track. Kyle sees that. He's like, here I come.
Yeah, that opens the door for Kyle, but
Logano's not
he
active
can't take Corey and Joey 3 wide. It's not worth it. If Corey hadn't been there, Kyle would have definitely made that pass on Joey going to 3.
Impatient as he throttles up on the inside of Corey down the front straightaway.
Kyle's able to roll the center better right here and then to the throttle. Just better than Logano. Parker. Well, Jeff, and I think you pointed out something really important about that 22 car. If you notice at the end of that run before they pitted, he started to go a lot faster. Well, a lot of these cars and teams put different adjustments in those cars. You know, you can change the brake bias front to rear, but you can also, some teams change it left to right and sort of move that around, and that affects how the car is on entry. And Joey actually used a lot of those tools inside the car, got the car better on the long run there before they pitted. But remember, then you got to get all that back. So when you first come out of the pits and you're on those newer tires, it's not set up where you wanted it. Basically, you have it set up where it was late in the run, not for those newer tires. I think you're seeing a little bit of that adjustment for Joe Logano here early in the run on newer tires, trying to use.
Seen some good lead changes tonight already. Even if I think Denny's got the clear-cut dominant car.
Drive completely different. Even on a green flag stop versus a caution, they drive different when you first go out on the racetrack with new tires versus under caution. When under caution, you can swerve the tires back and forth. Under green flag, you don't get to do that. They drive completely different, and you don't know how it's going to drive. So
Well, Kyle's paint schemes changed just enough to get you to buy new die-cast cars every year. Joey's has been the same. Hell, Joey's has been the same since Kurt Busch drove that car. It was Kurt Busch, then it was A.J. Allmendinger, then it was Sam Hornish, then it was Joey Logano, and it's been the same ever since.
Like the left rear, you can close the left rear up a little bit, so there's less brake pressure. That if you're trying to tighten the car up on entry, you can close off that left rear a little bit.
And you do that all within 24 seconds because that's how fast.
Hamlin, Elliott, Chastain, Logano, Kyle Busch. Logano somehow still in front of Kyle Busch. I might fuck up and buy a diecast car or something next week. Man, I ain't streamed Red Dead in almost a month. I just saw it recommended me my last Red Dead Redemption 2 stream. I need to get a day off and catch up on that. The longest playthrough of Red Dead I've ever done, because I'll go weeks without playing it. I discovered that damn GTA 5M thing, and that's where all my late night attention has been. So I haven't really streamed many video games. Any day now. Oh, fucking what? Hamlin and Elliott, 84 to go in stage 2. We'll have more pit stops here in a bit. Race starting to fly by. We're actually not that far from halfway.
Denny Hamlin up front, 100 laps already. He has led. He's been up front 3 different times. Hasn't fallen too far out of this position either.
Chase Elliott right there behind him isn't losing a lot of ground in this 11 car. We're kind of wondering.
Yep, Kyle Busch is 4th now. Finally got around Logano. Keselowski's really faded this run. Blaney's hanging on to a top 10 spot. Last I heard, he wasn't happy with the car, though.
We see him also moving around, searching, trying to find a better drive off, a better line, looking to where that car needs to be running the best. Dylan. Junior, I think part of the reason he's searching is that he fired off super tight on this run. So Chase came on the radio almost immediately. They pulled onto the track and said, I am really, really tight. So trying to keep the pressure on Hamlin, but also not abuse his stuff. So you'll see Chase start to
Kyle Busch, 3rd place, past Ross Chastain.
Running this far forward hasn't been one of their best tracks, so I think they'll take a second for now, Marty.
Battles all over the racetrack, Dylan, as Kyle Busch gets 3rd on the
Christopher Bell continuing the tradition now of the 20 car underperforming compared to his teammates.
Entry to turn 1. In fact, Chris Gabehart said, try this entry. And he said, well, I tried that earlier on that wheel hop going into 1. I don't want to do that again. So entry into 1, that's where Hamlin is getting beaten by the 9 right now.
I noticed that earlier. They just said Hamlin feels like he's getting beat on corner entry. That was how Chase was able to get the lead earlier. Just able to send that thing in the corner. And early in a run, it turns, but I think later in a run, doesn't turn so well for Chase. But I think Denny's is pretty consistent throughout. Denny can pretty much run anywhere he wants. Most laps led at Richmond among active drivers, Denny Hamlin. There's your useless stat of the day.
Most of all active drivers here in Richmond.
Just clicking off laps.
We had no idea how the playoffs would kick off, but it ended up being probably the most catastrophic race for the playoff guys we've ever seen, 9 of which ended up outside the top 15. We didn't know if that would continue. And when you look at the leaderboard currently, the only
most playoff drivers finishing outside top 15 ever. Notice there's like 3 Talladega races in that group. 4 Talladega races in that group.
Playoff cars 1 through 14 other than Chastain, then Dillon, then Reddick. I mean, every car is in the top 16 other than Michael McDowell, who had a penalty, and Kurt Busch, who's unfortunately had that accident. So the opposite. If you want to score points tonight, you better run good if you're a playoff car.
And remember, on the scoring on the left side, you see the lines underneath those.
And we got a battle for the lead. There's Chase using that corner entry to get a run back at Hamlin. Briscoe and Suarez ahead of them. They're not going to lay over easy. They're definitely going to fight for their spots. So who's going to be able to pick through the traffic better? Who's going to be able to use them as picks? It's the battle within the battle right here.
It's been interesting between Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott, they have been separated by a tenth of a second. As far as one will run, say, a 24.80, the other one runs a 24.70, and then they switch, and it's been back and forth each lap. Now we're seeing Chase really put the pressure on Denny Hamlin.
He ran high, went really high into 3, and then
Look how low.
then turned left, trying to make that work down the front straightaway.
Chase is entering one so low.
They're not slow. They're
Shallow entry. You think that would hurt the car, but it's really not. That should hurt how he gets off the corner and through the center, but it doesn't. Now Denny goes to the inside. Chase goes to the outside. Lap traffic. Suarez is kind of running the high side, but Chase has a big run off the corner. Big run off the corner. But where's the 99 going to go? And Suarez chose to go high. That's going to hurt Chase. But Chase is going to cross Hamlin over off of 2 and go back to the bottom. And they're going to go 3 wide with Suarez. Good grief. Woo! Denny almost doored Suarez. Chase leads that lap, and Chase takes the lead. Damn. Unreal. I didn't think Chase would get this lead back. Not right now, anyway. I figured it would take a restart or something like that. I didn't think he'd chase Hamlin down and get it back. Lap traffic or not.
We talked about Chase Elliott. Here he goes. Look at this crossover. Went in high, just turned left, got underneath Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin, as you said, almost in the side of Suarez. Then he tried to fight back, but just no rear grip on corner exit. Right there, you can see the
Chase hooking that apron off of 4 is what did it again.
He's complained about drive off, and I'm sure
Not as low as he was earlier, but he had them left sides right around that yellow line.
And Junior, you could just see how Denny Hamlin sailed it off into 3, trying to hang on that lead versus Chase Elliott. He radioed to Chris Gabehart a moment ago, said, man, I cannot get into the corner with the speed that 9 car does right now. He said 10-4, we'll get you fixed up on the next stop. But clearly, it's entry with that 11 car.
Kevin Harvick's 13th.
So the trouble with that is if you're free on entry, you need to fix that. But a lot of times when you fix that, Junior, now the car doesn't rotate the middle. So the entry gets way happier, way more comfortable, but now you lose rotation in the middle of 1 and 2, and that kills your speed, and that makes it where the exit gets hurt too, because the car doesn't point the way you want it to point.
Steve can speak on this a little bit more with his experience, but I always found this track to be the toughest racetrack to work on a race car and try to improve it.
Yeah, the only way I've ever found a car to really gain any sort of speed is to make it turn the middle better. You know, you drive off, it's good, it's bad, it doesn't seem to go any faster. Changing direction seems to give you, the driver, at least a chance to change your entry speed and help your exit.
Yeah, the only time I've ever had a car with speed here is to show up with one.
Yeah. The Xfinity Series ended with the 9 winning of Gregson and the 11 finishing in second. Now, here in the Cup race.
Oh, Rick Allen is a fan of conspiracy theories. Let me go to Twitter for the first time tonight. I really need 2 computers. Now my NBC app's fucked up again. Good thing during commercial I can just restart it. Come on, little NBC app. So you can play these fucking ads before the race actually comes back on. Give me a fucking break, NBC app. You suck, NBC app. Thank you, Drive Through. My back still hurts. Just in time for a long day of sitting in the same comfortable chair watching football. Almirola to team. Hendrick Carr's got a 10th on the field again. So weird. Get good. I mean, hey, We can't all have Chad Knaus as our VP of competition. But I'm glad we do. I remember 2018 when Stuart Haas seemed to have a fucking half a second on the whole fucking field, but hey.
NASCAR on NBCSN is brought to you by South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa, where the racers stay in Las Vegas. And by Toyota.
South Point Casino, pay your debts or we'll break your fucking kneecaps.
Rated Auto Parts 400. Salute to first responders. 62.
Yeah, I'd take a little cut of that Gibbs money too tonight, Michael. I think I got a good shot at getting it from Hamlin. But that damn Chase Elliott boy. Look at Chase having the audacity to do well on an oval. The audacity.
What do you do to try to save a lap? Remember, this is a very long race, and some of the decisions.
Christopher Bell's bounced back into the top 10. Blaney's out of the top 10. Keselowski 10th. Harvick 14th. That's the real big changes I'm seeing. Kyle Larson's doing well again. He just got by Logano for 5th. 3 Toyotas in the top 5 with 2 Hendrick cars.
Right, one of the best outside of Ross Chastain has been Austin Dillon in that 3 car. He's been very loose inside the 3 car.
Austin Dillon is not relevant. Talk about somebody that matters.
Some of the playoff cars, but if you notice the lines he run around here, when I talk to a lot of his team, I talk to their drivers, they notice how Austin Dillon has a very unique driving style around here. He drives very straight in the corners. He tries to really protect those rear tires, and it pays off on the long run. If they can get that car tightened up while keeping it turned the center, he may be a playoff threat here, guys.
And Parker right behind him in the 16th spot is Ricky Stenhouse.
Battle for the lead again. Elliott and Hamlin back and forth. Looks like Denny might not have to wait till the next pit stop to get that thing hooked up again like they told him. They still haven't lapped Chase Briscoe. That might have something to do with this. Hamlin off the outside of 2. Find a way around that 14 car. I'm pretty sure that's why Chase has kind of slipped back into Hamlin's clutches here. Chase trying to block Denny into the fucking 52 or whichever one that was. Who cares? It's a Rick Ware shit box. And yes, it is Chase Briscoe that's causing this.
It's working right now as Hamlin at the nose just in front of the 9 of Chase Elliott. He's going to make the pass on the high side.
And Denny makes the pass. Maybe Denny will have better luck lapping the 14. Truex to pit road. And that's earlier than I thought they'd be. Looks like Denny is coming to pit road. Yep, Denny's going to beat the 9 to pit road again. Ooh, Truex and Harvick almost came together.
His car also very loose. You see a big adjustment in the right rear. Actually, at one point, struggling with just all-around grip in that 4-car, Marty.
Denny Hamlin still struggling with the entry into the corner. Yes, he did catch Chase Elliott, but needs to get that entry a little bit better, he told Chris Gabehart. And again, the 11th penalty on the front end of these pit stops, getting those fresh Goodyear tires earlier than a lot of the other playoff drivers. We'll see what
Chase to pit road.
A little bit of time over the 9.
Right there at the bottom of your screen, Kyle Busch been
It's a long fucking stage.
Oh,
man! Was that Chastain and Elliott almost fucking crashed? Alex Bowman's got a right side tire touching the line. That's going to be pitting out of the box.
It's okay. right now an issue with the 9.
He was long on the 9. He had to back up.
Chase, bad pit stop.
It's destroyed the rocker panel.
Well,
both right side tires were off. Catastrophic for the 9
that's a
car.
shitty fucking deal for the 9 car. And Chase does have damage. Looks like him and Chastain did hit each other. I thought they just missed, but the left quarter panel of Chase's cars crunched in, and his car fell off the jack, and yeah, it's just a mess. They can salvage this, but he just got tore up by the 42.
He was inside the box, so the jack man starts. The tire changer looks, says, "Man, we're good. We're in the box."
Well, damn, looks like I'm getting that $20 after all.
Everybody to start work. Chase Elliott thought he was long. I don't have the radio to know if he was told to back up or not. He backs the car up. The jack was on underneath it, destroys the jack. I mean, very good work by the pit crew. This could have been a 2-3.
They can still salvage this. That left quarter panel damage can be fixed. This is going to hurt them bad this stage, but it's not a race ender or anything. Just a lot of track position lost.
Hey, you gotta back up, and then the crew chief will relay that to them. I wonder where that information came to Chase, feeling like he had to back up.
Yeah, because the front tire changer wasn't indicating or showing anything, and now we see Chase Elliott a lap down compared to where Denny Hamlin's running.
Hey, Rick, an interesting move by Cliff Daniels here.
Larson pitting later than everybody.
Why? Because he saw what Adam Stevens did for Christopher Bell. They went about 5 laps longer on the first stop than everyone else. Bell stormed up through the field. Bell now actually in the lead. So let's see if these fresher Goodyear tires later in the run will pay off for the 5. Dylan?
And so Christopher Bell again comes into his box now, but does it need to stay out again a little bit later than the leaders of the 11 and the 9, but here he is in his
So Larson's copying Bell's strategy. They think give up 5 laps on the front side of the run, and the 5 at the end of the run where you have a little bit better tires will help you. They think that's what helped Bell get back to the front, or closer to the front anyway. Denny, Kyle Busch, and Truex. Well, damn, Michael. Chase is the first car a lap down in 15th. Hell, look how fast Chase's car is. Like I said, they can get back in this. And that's with that little bit of left rear damage. Chase gets his lap back.
And of course, with the one of Kurt Busch out of the race already, he has lost spots down there in the 12th position, just above the cutoff line. Denny Hamlin, of course, with the win a week ago. He is advancing into the round of 12, but everyone else fighting for every position on the track. Take a look at this. Denny Hamlin now coming up.
Oh, yeah, if I was Denny, I would bust my ass to put Chase a lap down.
This will be interesting to see, Rick.
I would work super hard to lap Chase right now and keep him there. But it's good to see Chase's car still has speed, because he passed Hamlin to get the lap back.
He can't do that. He's got to go out here and run every single lap. Denny, though, will he let him go?
No, Denny's not. I wouldn't let him go. That's the best car besides the 11 right now. The 18's sneaking up on him every run, slowly but surely. But right now, Chase has got to be Denny's biggest competition. You got to put him a lap down.
Chase Elliott is showing you everything he's got.
Well, that guy on the pit box right there, Alan Dutchison, still crew chief. He knows they still got a chance.
Yeah, they'll be fine. This is just a really annoying setback. Hamlin, Busch, Truex, Logano, Chastain.
These are the people who...
That is a big inconvenience, but still got over half the race to go. Wouldn't mind a caution right now. I love all the tweets of, oh my God, can you believe the 9 and the 11 are running 1-2 on 9-11 again? Holy fuck. It's like, yeah, we know. We've all made that observation. Wouldn't mind one of them old yellow flags. It's amazing how many people I follow on Twitter that tweet the exact same thing one after the other, especially during races.
Hamlin out front by 2.3 seconds.
Chris, we've had some good battles for the lead with Kurt Busch, and then Hamlin, and then Kurt Busch blew a tire, and then Chase Elliott came to life. Now Hamlin's dominating because Chase had a shit pit stop. It's been an okay race so far. About halfway through it.
Again, the only right now non-playoff driver inside the top 10, actually inside the top 13. Back at 14 is Austin Dillon.
And if Denny wins, I get $20, so I'm okay with this.
We'll start with Marty.
And that would be Denny Hamlin out front, who has really turned it on, obviously, as soon as the playoffs hit. Hamlin winning Darlington up front now, winning stage 1 and 37 laps from winning stage 2 here at Richmond. When I asked Chris Gabehart this afternoon, I said, hey, are you trying to collect playoff points? He said, I could care less about playoff points. I want wins. Wins build momentum. My driver feeds off that. My goal, sweep round 1. Doing a good job so far, man.
And Marty, his teammate runs
Lap 200.
The guy who, as we've talked about many times tonight, just needs to come in here, have a really solid day. This has been one of his best racetracks. He's got a great crew chief, obviously, making the calls, and that's a pretty good combination. Helps this Joe Gibbs Racing program.
I'm surprised Chastain's car is not more tore up than Chase's left rear with that pit road deal. But it didn't seem to hurt Chase. Chase fucking drove off and left Denny to get his lap back.
And it seems the same way for his teammate there, Martin Truex Jr. Whenever we go to a track that's very worn out, it just seems like you can count on this 19 car having that long run speed. I asked Martin Truex's crew chief, James Small.
I feel like it's been more competitive than 16 cars on lead lap. I was shocked to see that. But yeah, this is a really long stage, and they've been green for quite a while now.
Now that continues to get progressively worse the longer the run goes, so that's what he's battling right now. Really been a good couple of weeks for this team, though. They feel like they can show up every week and compete in the top 10, but when everything goes right, when they execute perfectly, they prove time and time again they can run up front. Doing that again here today as Ross runs fifth, Marty.
Still a nice turnaround in performance for Kyle Larson, Cliff Daniels, and the 5 team here at Richmond.
Kyle Larson, 6th place. First stage, he looked like one of the best cars on the track, the way he was passing everybody. They've kind of stalled out between 5th and 7th ever since.
For Phoenix, for other flat racetracks, he said, this year, I come here thinking I'm going to worry about Richmond. I'm not worried about learning for another racetrack. I want to learn how to run well here at Richmond. They're doing that tonight. Certainly a step forward, sitting in 6th, Parker.
Right, and for Eric O'Rourke, it's a step forward for this team from last week at Darlington, where they had maybe about 12th place speed in that 10 car, and then they had an issue that ended up putting them a lap down. They end up finishing outside the top 15. When I spoke to his crew chief, Mike Bugarevich, I said, what do you need? What's your path through this first round of playoffs? He said, it's simple. If we have a normal night here within the top 10 running the way we know we can, and then we do the same at Bristol, we will find ourselves in the second round. And then when I look at the tracks that second round, all bets are off. We can make it through that one, Dylan.
And Parker right behind Almirola sits Christopher Bell in the 20 car, who has had a struggle and up and down day, so his speed started off with the balance really not to his liking. They worked on it every stop, made some chassis adjustments. Now the race
race car is pretty good as Bell runs inside the top 10 here. So felt like they left some points on the table at Darlington. Crew Chief Adam Stevens says we have to run well today. It is a priority. They're doing their best to try to salvage this day, Parker.
Kevin Harvick had a great run at Darlington. I had interesting.
Harvick's bounced back into the top 10. I was worried about him earlier. If he didn't improve from where he was earlier, Harvick will be tailing into the lead lap right now. Because he was about 13th or 14th before that last bunch of pit stops. He's 9th now. Hell, by the end of this stage, he'll be tailing the lead lap at the pace Denny Hamlin's cutting. Alex Bowman 10th. Grinding it out. Maybe he'll get lucky again like he did earlier this year.
For the first time tonight in the top 10, so the car's been getting better every one. When I talked to Ives earlier this week, he said, we know we can come here to Richmond, we can score some stage points, we can maybe even win the race and get us further from that cut line. After a disastrous Darlington, here sits the 48 above the cut line. Just +1, but I'm sure they'll take it, Rick.
Right now, only 15 cars on the lead lap, and that's including the 9 of Chase Elliott, and Denny Hamlin is about to put the 9 of Chase Elliott a lap down. Look how
Denny's run Chase down. Remember, early in a run, Chase is really strong when he was competing with Hamlin for the lead. And he got his lap back that way. Now he's tailing the lead lap again. With 25 to go in stage 2. So Chase is in a tough spot here.
Cars of reasonable speed, he had difficulties getting around them. Chase Briscoe held him up a little while. He lost the lead right there before the pit cycle. So this is the frustration, I think, for Chase as he gets to this 3 car. Can he make the pass? Will it allow Denny to close in and then lap him? And if Denny does that, Denny's going to go, hey, I got to go and lap some more cars. I don't want to allow him to get that free pass.
So we got the battle for last car in the lead lap here. Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon. You got Hamlin, who desperately wants to put Chase a lap down because he knows how good Chase's car is.
Damage right there. So now let's go back.
Damage didn't really affect Chase at all.
Taking a couple slow-mo looks at this. Watch the hands right there. You see him catch it? We can show it one more time. The 42 makes contact with the left rear of the 9. Chase Elliott has to counter steer. Look at those white gloves in the window. Turn it right. I'm sure he had to pump the brake pedal to not spin out. That's why he was deep. That's why he thought to back up. So an unfortunate situation, but that is why the 9 car could have been much worse. A little heavier contact. You never know, he could have spun out on pit road.
And we're seeing it again. Denny Hamlin's moved up the racetrack. He sees this 9, cannot catch the 3. Chase Elliott's having trouble getting to the back bumper of Austin Dillon. The 11 says, all right, I'm going to the top of the racetrack. Just like the run before, he's going to try to pass this 9 and bring the lap down.
Chase Elliott needs to recognize this, though. You know, one thing Chase Elliott can improve on.
But is taking Denny's line away really going to hurt? I feel like Denny can literally run anywhere. He's going to fucking blow by Chase here. You got to fight him harder than that, Chase. Come on.
This 51 car.
Chase sees that lap car going to hold Denny up. Still got 20 fucking laps. You're not going to hold him off for 20 laps. You're just simply not.
He gets a great run off the bottom there with that crossover. I don't think he makes that pass on the bottom as you see the 9 car with more throttle off the corner running the high line.
Burn up Denny and maybe Kyle will catch him. No, Kyle's 2 seconds back. It would take a lot for Kyle to be able to make up that gap. Corner entry of 1 killed Chase Elliott right there. I don't know what that car was doing. Jeff Burton said it was loose. I couldn't tell. It looked like it just went straight.
Maybe into 3 because it's straighter.
Oh, Denny was loose right there, really chasing his car up the racetrack into the side of the 9.
Don't give him shit, Chase. You got to fight harder than that.
Behind Joey Gates here in the 15 on the outside line there. Denny's going to be a gentleman there, give him a little bit of room, a little extra room.
Chase being scored a lap down now, and the next one is Austin Dillon.
These fucking other hell, the fucking real back markers here are what's killing Chase right now. Yep, Chase is a lap down. 14 cars on the lead lap. He's gonna have to use the. I'm gonna have to use the bumper to get that 11 out of my damn way. No offense, but I gotta get you out of my fucking way. I need to be on the lead lap. Oh, long green runs and cup races at Richmond. Not a good combination. Why does Richmond suck so bad now? I can count the number of good Richmond races since the Gen 6 car came in on one fucking hand. Spring 2013, spring 2014, spring 2015, spring 2016, fall 2016. That's about it. So yeah, like 5 good Richmond races since the Gen 6 became a thing. That one earlier this year had a nice run to the finish, but overall it wasn't that good. Richmond fucking sucks now. And I blame the cars. I don't really blame Richmond. I blame the cars. Hell, the COT wasn't that good here either. But the Gen 6 really put it over the top with certain racetracks. It's like fucking Richmond sucks. Pocono sucks with the Gen 6 car. It's just not good. Oh, well, we start new next year. God, if that next car sucks, we're fucked because we're stuck with it for at least 10 years. You know we're stuck with the next car for at least 10 years, so it better be good. Chase's first car lap down. If Austin Dillon and William Byron give Denny shit, that's going to be good for Chase. I'll take the free pass. I'd rather just stay on lead lap, but I'll take the free pass. 3 car is affecting Denny now because Chase is starting to reel him back in. Nice run through 4 for Denny. If he can get to the outside of Austin Dillon, he can't. But Chase is going back to Denny's inside. This has definitely opened up the door for Chase.
NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Richmond, telecast presented by Toyota.
Austin Dillon mirror driving old Dennis, but Dennis can hook that center better and get to the bottom.
That gap has closed considerably. Geico giving us this aerial coverage.
It's been so hard.
Come on, Intimidator.
These lap cars and even make this pass. You have no idea how much patience on the throttle.
Oh, the Intimidator getting it done. The impersonator. Oh, he's trying to chop Denny off so bad. Austin Dillon is Chase Elliott's worst enemy and best friend right now.
That's how hard he's working to keep Chase
10 to go.
down. I mean, this isn't a battle for the lead. He's moving Austin Dillon out of the way, desperately wanting to keep Chase Elliott a lap down.
And this is a timing thing, too, because if Hamlin does put Austin Dillon a lap down, which he has done, now Chase Elliott has to get
Chase is fucked now.
So he can get the free pass.
And we've seen Chase Elliott.
I can't believe Chase has not been able to pass Austin Dillon. Because I know Chase has a better car than Austin Dillon. I'm fucking flummoxed as to how he hasn't even passed him. I understand getting lapped by Denny, but not being able to pass Austin Dillon right now. Now William Byron's last car in the lead lap in 13th.
Through the field, right now in 13th position, and here's the battle right now.
7 to go. Free pass ain't gonna matter now. He's already to the outside of Byron, and Byron's not putting up much of a fight. I guess trying to block him into the 37.
They have to go past his 24.
Larson and Logano for 4th.
Here between the 5 and the 22. Logano and Larson for 4th place.
I don't want to lose focus of what Denny Hamlin is doing here, though. He's about to put the 14th place, actually the 13th place car a lap down.
And
the 13th place car, that's a playoff driver.
Yeah, I mean, I know we only got 7 laps to go. Right in front of this 24.
Chase is starting to heat up Austin Dillon, but will it matter? Probably not. A lot of clean racetrack in front of Byron and Hamlin now. I'd say that's advantage Hamlin. And Chase has passed Austin Dillon, but right as Denny is passing the 24.
Hamlin just made a great big arc into 1, stayed really high, exited turn 2 really low to get underneath William Byron,
Williams gonna fight
Got him
hard
loose.
right
He got Hamlin loose off 4 or 5 more laps, Willie B. What do you got? He ain't going to be able to hold him off for 5 laps. But Hamlin's going to make the pass this corner.
to making contact with William there. These guys are pushing so hard. Denny knows he gets up the racetrack just a little bit right there. He sees in his mirror the 9 car is now in the free pass position, so he knows how important it is to pass his 24, and he does it.
And 24 is a lap down.
So now William Byers' job is to keep that 9 car Chase Elliott from passing him. Chase has gotten by Austin Dillon.
This is really frustrating to watch.
Be the first car lap down, like it's the race for the win.
He's got to do it for the next 3 laps.
See, I know Chase has a better car in the 24. He passed Austin Dillon. I think he's going to pass Byron with ease. I think Byron burned whatever he had to try to stay in front of Denny. So here comes Chase into the free pass spot with 3 to go. Oh! It worked. That shows me Chase still has a good car to make that pass like that. Chase still has a very good car. Now Chase is in the free pass position. Keselowski's last car in the lead lap, but Denny won't get anywhere close to Keselowski. So that was a tense few laps. I was getting pretty frustrated, but now I'm okay. I'll take the free pass. If Chase can't get back by Denny, I will take the free pass.
Be ready, guys. So, Dale, you know as a driver, that means you feel like you made contact with someone. Chris Gabehart reminded him, you're coming to the green-white checkered here, 1 to go in this stage. Hang on to it if you can.
1 to go in the stage.
Byron's best friend is the 9 of Chase Elliott, Rick. If he could somehow get in front of the 11,
In this last lap.
yeah.
If he does, that would put the 24 in position to get that free pass.
I like y'all's optimism.
Yeah, well, I didn't say it was going to happen. I just said he was his best friend.
Denny Hamlin.
Well, Denny swept the stages, but that hasn't won me $20 yet, so I don't care.
Stage 2.
Chase will get the free pass. God, Truex looked like he was drifting.
That's just, they're so frustrated with the drive off. They're just tearing the tires off of it as they cross the finish line, knowing they're coming to get 4 new ones.
No stage points there. Really
Denny
fucking
Hamlin
sucks.
won the first 2 stages earlier this year here at Richmond, but didn't win that race. And now he's won stage 1 and stage 2. Can he finish it off? Long 3rd stage in front of him.
Way too long. Can we take a Richmond race and give it to, like, I don't know, the Nashville Fairgrounds or something? I don't care for Richmond racing anymore. Quality of racing here ain't that good. They don't sell as many tickets as they used to. So, yeah, maybe we don't need to go to Richmond twice a year. Starting to get tired again. I gotta stop waking up earlier than I should, but I can't. I'm afraid I'm gonna do that again tomorrow.
NBCSN is brought to you by Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Ford. Built Ford proud. And by DoorDash. Get more in your neighborhood. Night racing. short track, the action track here in Richmond, Virginia.
Action track my ass. This place has sucked for the last decade.
Just down the road is leading, has won stage 1, has won stage 2. So the Chesterfield, Virginia native feeling pretty good about himself and has passed everyone up to 12th. But Chase Elliott is going to get the free pass, so that'll put 13 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, just an amazing run out of this 11th car.
NASCAR, now that Denny's put that many cars a lap down, NASCAR's going to be like, Richmond needs 8 stages next year.
We have a wave by opportunity, but just such impressive. Even the gap, Kyle Busch coming on pit road is going to help him, partner.
We need 8 stages at Richmond now. They had too many cars a lap down, says NASCAR.
Big adjustment in the right rear. You saw there 4 Goodyear tires trying to make that car less sensitive to the throttle, Dylan.
Top right of your screen, Kyle Busch will come in from the second spot, just saying that he's too loose and wants the center of the corner to be better.
Never try breaking bottles behind Wawa.
Air pressure adjustment, 4 tires and fuel for the 18, Marty.
See, Denny Hamlin, he felt like he had a right front tire going down. That's what he was talking about when he told his guys to be ready.
Denny with a 12-second flat stop. That'll definitely keep the lead by a wide margin over his 2 teammates, Truex, Kyle Busch, followed by Larson and Christopher Bell. Chastain loses 4 spots. Chase Elliott free pass. Long way to go. I figure Denny will blow it just because if he wins, I'll get money. Oh, look, it's a Venom 2 trailer. How the fuck are you going to have Venom movies and not have Spider-Man in it? As cool as that looks, this still does not work for me without Spider-Man. Venom does not exist without Spider-Man, period. And the first Venom movie fucking sucked, but the second one looks pretty cool. This has been my TED Talk about how a Venom movie without Spider-Man does not make any sense whatsoever. Denny's crew nailed it. Well, let's hope they don't do anything like they did in that Xfinity race at Darlington. Let's hope. I'm going to wind up going to bed after the race, even though I don't want to, and then waking up at like 6 in the morning. I hate my life. I hate it here. I gave that first Venom movie a chance, even though it's stupid that he exists without Spider-Man, and God, that movie was fucking shit. But Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock in Venom, he did a great fucking job, but the movie as a whole was trash. That was so fucking boring. So fucking boring. Venom without Spider-Man makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Venom would literally only exist because of Spider-Man. And that movie fucking blows.
KP and Brad. All right, guys, did you expect to see Chase Elliott fighting to stay on the lead lap?
But I love Tom Hardy. He did a great job.
What happened there with everything that transpired as he came in under that green flag.
At least I can be excited about Venom in the next Spider-Man game that just got announced the other day. I'm sure that'll actually be a good Venom, like a Venom that makes sense.
We said JGR against Larson. Top 5. 4 JGR, 1 Larson. That's it. Enough said, people.
Yeah, and we're going to see how it plays out. You know, Denny's led over 100 laps here 7 times, including in April where he led 207, but he finished second. That 5 car, I don't think he showed us.
Woody Harrelson as Carnage is awesome, though. That looks really cool.
I don't believe we've seen everything he's got.
Matty D fans. No, we cheer for drivers that actually live up to their expectations here. I'm kidding. Matty D's kind of a running joke on this channel. I'm sorry. And I like Matty D, but still.
So he's just going to wait and see how well Alex Bowman runs, how well Chase Elliott.
I give Matty D a hard time.
He knows he can't score any more points tonight, so it's just a question of how much more will he be penalized, how much.
That's okay. Tomorrow, when my Falcons inevitably disappoint me, I'll be crying as much as Matt DiBenedetto does anytime he comes anywhere near winning a race.
Caution here to the 4-car of Kevin Harvick. Took a little extra time on
Yeah,
him.
the symbiote that leads to Venom was a parasite trapped on. It came from a rock in space. It came from like a meteor that was in the comics or whatever. Okay, I'll explain. I think it was brought back to Earth, and somehow it gets to Peter Parker and it bonds with him. Venom comes from Spider-Man because it was from the symbiote bonding with Peter Parker's Spider-Man. That's why Venom has all the powers that Spider-Man has. It came from Spider-Man.
Just for the record,
Bonded with the symbiote.
They called out all drivers in the top 5 could win this race. I feel like that's a pretty good.
And Denny gets away with the lead here. He got side by side for second. Truex into second, and he's to the right rear of Denny. But Denny shuts the door off of 4. We got a big stack up back here with Keselowski. Oh, Bell slipped up off the bottom and hit Logano and ran him really wide.
Get to see just how good the Truex accomplished cars are now.
Come on, next time junk his ass.
Will Denny just drive away?
I know Bell didn't mean to do that, but I wish he would have junked Logano. Good God, Joe Gibbs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, who was in here asking me who's going to finish top 10? I told you Bell. There he is, 4th place. Ross Chastain sped on pit road.
I think the one thing the 11 team wants to see, Junior.
13 cars on the lead lap. Chastain's the last one.
Teammates Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch. Remember, he's really been racing Chase Elliott all night long.
Austin Dillon's in the current free pass position. Hell, Briscoe and Bubba right there with him.
On this run, are they better on the short run? Hamlin has been dominant on the long runs tonight, but Steve, you know, it doesn't always finish on a long run. Here in the spring, Hamlin led over 200 laps, didn't win the race because it ended on a final restart.
Michael, you talk about a great bet. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Usually a different type setup at tracks like this where tire wear is high. You just hope you can crunch one. Say you have a great long run car, kind of have a plan or at least an educated guess on what adjustments will make it fire off a little bit quicker.
We look at the numbers of Joseph Racing here. It says good at Richmond. Well, how about 1, 2, 3, 4 right now as they run on the racetrack?
Christopher Bell trying to get in the side of the 18 there, take that 3rd position away.
You know what? This is totally off topic of the race. We were talking about Venom, right? Venom's entire motivation centers around Spider-Man. We got a caution. Bubba Wallace in the wall. Flat right front from the looks of it. But anyway, Venom's entire motivation is because of Spider-Man. Eddie Brock hates Peter Parker. The symbiote hates Peter Parker because Peter Parker got rid of it after it had bonded with him. So it merges with Eddie Brock. He becomes Venom. And they fucking hate Spider-Man. They both feel like they want revenge on Spider-Man. Yeah, that's bad damage for the... That's a flat right front for Bubba. Pretty cut and dry there.
Both front brakes locked up on it.
So Chase had got the free pass, and now he gets a quick caution here early in this run. So he'll get back in this thing. Got a wall of Toyotas to contend with at the front, but I think Chase will get back in this.
Steve, there was one of those rotors that we had talked about in the incredible heat that you would see in there as they were looking under the right front fender of Bubba Wallace. So the 5th caution has come out, and we'll have a restart when we return to Richmond.
Oh, will we? A restart here? Gonna need a bunch of those to make this race seem interesting, honestly. wish I could play Red Dead with my friends tonight. We had fun last night playing Red Dead. I got my ass kicked in poker at the saloon. I couldn't win a goddamn hand of poker. Like, early on, we were playing poker, and I had gotten some really good hands, but the cards ultimately didn't match up at all, and I lost a good bit of money. I mean, I'm rich in Red Dead, so it really doesn't matter. I lost some money on the first few hands and got down to my last little bit, so I had to play conservative for a while. And then I won a couple hands in a row, but didn't win that much. And then after that, I just kept having to fold because I just could not get good cards. I had no luck in poker last night in the saloon. Had fun anyway. That stadium in LA, I know they played in it all last year, the Chargers and Rams, when it was empty, but to see fans in there is going to be unbelievable. That place, I can't think of a better stadium to host the Super Bowl than SoFi Stadium. That place looks like it's something out of a science fiction movie. It's really cool. And the Raiders Stadium, I think Las Vegas will get a Super Bowl in the next few years.
To victory lane. Drivers?
Well, can anybody beat Denny Hamlin? So far, he's been the man of the night. Somebody take it to him. Who else will make a mistake? On the racetrack or on pit road, I mean, there's going to be plenty of opportunities, I think, with this race left for guys to make those mistakes. Who doesn't do that, I think, have a great shot at winning this thing. Marty, what you got on the 2 car?
Well, I think with the only 14 cars on the only lap, Dale Jr., they decided to bring the 2 car down pit road.
Keselowski pitted.
Jeremy Bullens making a fairly significant adjustment for Brad Keselowski. Said he just couldn't connect the corners. Probably not a bad move, Steve, with so few cars here on the lead lap.
Yeah, and they didn't take tires because on the left-hand side, only 3 sets remaining with 147 laps. It's a long way to go.
Brad just pitted for major adjustment, they said. Great restart for Hamlin. Hamlin's been in control of this race all night. But man, Michael, this is like the best bet I've made all year. And this has been definitely the best bet you've made all year.
Now a little more pressure from Martin Truex Jr. this time as Denny Hamlin.
Bell around the outside of Kyle Busch for third. Denny takes about a lap and a half to get really rolling. Like Junior said, Denny looks tight, and then when he gets comfortable, he just takes off again. Right there off of 4. I think Denny's going to set sail. Takes him about a lap, though. You better pounce on him in that first lap or you're not going to get him. Unless you're Chase Elliott, who currently is too far back in 12th. But the more cautions we get, the better.
Exit the corner so well on the outside.
Dan, I play Red Dead on PS5, man. PS4, PS5. I wish I had it on Xbox. If I could transfer my character from one version to another, I would play on Xbox as well, but since they won't let us transfer characters, I just play on PlayStation, where I've always been. I wish you had a PlayStation. We have fun on Friday nights playing Red Dead.
Right, you might have seen when we were on board, Christian Bell in the 18 there, looking at the 19, he was wiggling around off the corners, and that's been the problem with the 19. Under that caution, he came across right and said, we're just taking off 2 free, can't get the rear of the racetrack to go and get that 11, so look for the 19 trying to conserve the
Kyle Busch and Bell racing hard for third. It's keeping Logano and Larson. Whoa, Kyle Busch! Woo! So hard on the brake, Kyle Busch was smoking the tires to stay off of Bell. God damn, I wish y'all would have wrecked, though. Fuck both of you. Have problems in the playoffs. Help my guys. Kyle loose off of 2 again. Trying to get around Christopher Bell. Bell still holding off Kyle Busch. Now Logano and Larson are looking to split Kyle.
With 141 to go, we expect 2 pit stops. The lap in those pit stops, not only for tire life are important, but just where you end up with traffic. If you cycle back out in traffic, it could be a big issue. Right here's a replay of 2 teammates.
That was exactly what Kyle Busch did to Dale Jr. in 2008, only this didn't end up with a spin. It was not intentional when he hit Jr., and it was not intentional when he almost did the same to Bell just now. I'm surprised Dale Jr. didn't comment on that because it was literally identical. And yeah, Truex is all over Denny Hamlin for this lead right now. Truex loose off of 4. Denny's been vulnerable on corner entry tonight, at least when he was racing Chase Elliott, but corner exit, nobody's better.
Will it get tighter? We never really see Denny's car make those kind of movements. Denny is not the type of driver that really overdrives.
Truex is just searching, looking for a way around.
Drives as good as the car is going to go. I like that here because it helps on the long run with the tire life. So maybe he gives this position up right now with the hard charging Truex. But in about 20 or 30 laps, the idea is that he may
Chase Elliott back in the top 10. That's a fucking gaggle back there. DiBenedetto's first car lap down in the middle of this group. Racing Reddick and Briscoe to be the first car lap down.
They will be making their way to pit road if they're doing it on 2 more stops to end this race.
You see at the bottom of your screen just chaos basically back here around the 10th position. The 21 of Matty D's trying to race for the free pass. First car 1 lap down, doing a nice job.
Chase got the free pass, and then that last caution allowed him to leapfrog all of the lap cars and move into position to be able to battle his way back through this field. So yes, good to see this 9 car moving back into the top 10, making progress after some issues earlier.
And what you see the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto, he's trying to stay in the lead lap. Tyler Reddick behind him.
Missing out on those stage points in stage 2 might make Bristol really stressful next week if you're a Chase Elliott fan. Truex making another run at Hamlin. You're going to have to beat him on corner entry. I don't think you're going to have to beat him on corner entry or use lap traffic when they get to that. Otherwise, I don't think you can beat him.
You never know when the big moment of the race is. Here he goes, a little better tire, driving underneath the 21 car.
There's Matt DiBenedetto racing an immensely better driver for the free pass.
Does come out to get the free pass. This battle continuing between the 19 and 11.
Truex rolls the bottom a little bit lower, but then he sets his car up for the exit and regains that ground off the corner down the next straightaway. See Denny up the racetrack, not really able to keep his car as low as Truex. Help him on exit a little bit, but I wonder.
Denny's car's slipping up a little bit in 4 there, leaving the door open. Oh, yeah. He's leaving the door open for Truex now. Trying to get back in that gas a little bit sooner, and the ass end stepping out on him, and it's leaving the bottom open, and Truex takes it. Man, fuck off, Truex. I'm trying to win $20. I don't get shit if you win.
Watch this 19 and see what he needs to do to his car and make it better.
He hasn't been up front.
Well, God damn it, now the wrong Toyota's leading. They got Truex up front, followed by Hamlin, Bell, Kyle Busch, and Larson. Boy, I'd still be so happy if Kyle Larson stole this race away from these 4 guys. But I'm not happy right now. I got the wrong fucking Toyota. Good grief. Reddick, Blaney, Chase, 3 wide. You got Reddick's a lap down, ain't? Yeah, he is. He's 3 wide with Blaney and Chase. Fuck off, Reddick. I like you, but you need to fuck off. Chase clears Blaney. That's for position. Chase and Blaney. Kyle Busch sends it in on Bell to turn 1. He takes 3rd. Well, Robert, I hope you're right. Denny's still going to win. I hope you're right. You goddamn better be right. I started early in the season. I wanted to bet on Denny a lot. Then I started shying away. I'm pretty sure I picked Denny the last time they raced at Richmond. Bit me in the ass. Now I'm ready to gamble on him again. All it took was that race last week. I'm ready to gamble now. Chastain and Logano, 6th place. Chastain's still having a good night. Having a couple of close calls, but Having a good night. Ooh, a NASCAR 20. Well, I thought they were showing a NASCAR 21 commercial. Welcome back to the Martin Truex Show. We've seen a lot of lead changes tonight, so I can't complain too much.
Make sure to join us on NASCAR America Motor Mouths Monday and Wednesday on Peacock. You can sign up at Peacock at peacocktv.com. That's Monday, Wednesday, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern. And, of course, as fans, we love when you call in. You can chat about what's taking
Keselowski pitted under that last caution just for an adjustment. He's still 14th. Last car on the lead lap.
Cup Series goes to Bristol.
Cup Series of Bristol. I'll be there. Woo! First time ever going to Bristol. Only took 27 years.
In the playoffs, I thought I needed to turn it on and run harder and try better in the playoffs versus the regular season.
Next year, I'm going to Talladega and Martinsville. You watch. Oh, Richard, you're still awake. How are you going to be able to watch football tomorrow? It starts at 1. You're taking a chance tonight.
The run before this, though, they were up in the top 8. Cars got a little bit too free for Alex Bowman.
Excuse me.
Tyler Reddick running the 15th spot as the first car one lap down. And one of the things that this team was really beating themselves up about over last week's performance was just that they felt like they lost the handle on the race car in the middle of the race and couldn't get it back. Well, they kind of flipped the script this weekend because Reddick is one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. He is driving through the top 10, passing cars that are on the lead lap. In fact, he just
So Reddick's pretty fast, but he's still a lap down. First car a lap down, though. He's put some distance on Suarez and DiBenedetto and whoever else is racing for that. Man, I think William Byron's doomed. I think he's going to be a first-round elimination. Remember that streak of top 10s he had earlier in the year and the win at Homestead? It just feels like it was so long ago. Ideally, Robert, I'm not going to get out of bed till after 12 tomorrow. Ideally. But we'll see how that goes. Kurt Busch, despite being dead last out of the race, is still 1 point to the good after the great race he had at Darlington. Kurt Busch has no stage points, and he's got last place tonight, and he's 1 point to the good.
Back and 3 drivers in front of them, and probably is a must-win for Michael McDowell when he heads to Bristol next week. We take a look at the 11 of Denny Hamlin, a second and a half.
Truex has a second and a half lead on Hamlin. Truex, if you fucking ruin this for me.
What do we say the danger of that is? He won't turn the middle. So they may have fixed the entry, but now they've hurt the center. Even though that entry is uncomfortable, sometimes you're better off dealing with that if you can, if it rolls the center well.
And the biggest struggle is when you lead that many laps, the only thing you can really do is maybe adjust how your car feels. You don't know how it compares to everyone else on
It's pretty crazy to see the 42 running on par with Kyle Larson consistently for the last month. If only 42 had made the playoffs. Yeah, Byron's season just went to shit. And now it might be over next week. I'm going to complain about it. all the time until it happens. I can't go to the Roval race, and I can't stream it with you guys. I want to be watching it on my phone in the car on the way to Atlanta. At least I'll be able to watch it, but I'll still hate not being able to stream it.
Maybe there was a hole in that nose or something. They got it sealed up because the pace is coming back.
It's crazy that a little hole like that would hurt the car so much. But you're right. I mean, you slap just a little bit of tape on that grill to add some downforce, and it really is an amazing feeling for a driver.
Yeah, so the fan at home, it's not as much the hole in the nose as far as the air physically pushing on the nose. It's where the air is going that's the problem. It goes under the hood and changes the pressure under that car, and basically that, I mean, it's not very good. If you jam air underneath the car, obviously it's going to create lift. Makes the car not have as much grip into the racetrack. So,
well, whatever they did to Denny's car, can they undo it?
Trying to prevent the air from going.
Obviously an unfortunate night for Kurt Busch, but teammates Ross Chastain at Chip Ganassi Racing trying to make these last 9 races of the season, and the last 9 races for Chip Ganassi Racing memorable for Chip. This will be the end.
I'd like to see Ganassi win another race or two before the year is out.
Ross is headed to
maybe next week.
Racing, and he will join Daniel Suarez over there next year. And the one, and Kurt Busch headed to 2311 Racing in 2022. So trying to make it a memorable.
This Richmond race is only like slightly above average, and the average for Richmond in the last 9 years has been pretty low.
Already at Trackhouse, adding the 42 Ross Chastain.
I'm surprised the 23's still running. That was a lot of damage on that car. And Bubba's still out there riding around.
That he's been having lately. Ross Chastain's ready. He is ready to be the guy in a racing.
Ross Chastain back in the top 5.
Truex, Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Bell, Chastain. 109 laps to go. One of the fastest cars on the track is a lap down in 15th, Tyler Reddick. Larson and Logano. This has been a battle all night long, it seems like. Ought to dump his ass after Atlanta earlier this year. Chastain, the first car to pit road this run, I do believe. I think I saw Chastain pitting. Am I crazy, or was that somebody else? Looked like Chastain. His car looks way different than usual tonight. Different paint scheme. Yep, that was Chastain. He's the first to pit road. Ooh, they might call uncontrolled tire on Chastain. I saw a tire go to like up above the next pit stall, and somebody like kind of rolled it back down there to him. Harvick on pit road. This is the first of 2 pit stops this stage. That's another fucking good bet, Michael. You're going to make bank tonight, buddy. DFS, what game are you watching?
Green flag pit stops underway at Richmond with 105 laps to go. We expect another pit stop before the end. Leaders have yet to make the stop. Chase Elliott in the 9 on pit road.
Cleaner stop this time.
The saving grace for Chase Elliott, if he gets to the next round of the playoffs, and I think he will be the Charlotte Roval. No matter what happens, I think he's got the Roval covered. That's why I hate I'm not going to be there.
Just said that he was a little bit free starting out in this run, but as the run goes, still just losing the center and exit balance of his race car. So maybe another air pressure adjustment there. Looked like 4 tires and fuel for the 18 mark.
see Mark Truex Jr. on pit road making a stop from the lead. His teammate Denny Hamlin also coming to his stall as well. So Chris Gabehart did listen when Hamlin said, I would have been a little bit later in the cycle, pitting early. Hamlin saying that his car.
Hamlin had a tire roll out of the box. It went kind of out there, too. I hope they don't call it. That's why I said, I saw that tire start to roll away.
Kyle Larson at the very first stall at the end of pit road. So Cliff Daniels has completely flipped to this strategy of pitting later in the cycle, and it's paid dividends.
Michael McDowell gets another penalty. Whoop-de-doo.
That's been his complaint for much of the evening. Also a little turn in the center as well, needed for the 5 car.
Christopher Bell has not come to pit road yet, and so that means that a lot of cars are a lap down to him.
Yeah, they have not called anything on Chastain or Hamlin, who both could have potentially got called for uncontrolled tire. Maybe, sort of, but they didn't.
4 laps before Kyle Busch. 4 laps, fresh tires. That's almost 8 seconds worth of fresh tires. So great.
Chastain and...
He now has 4 laps older tires than the 18 of Kyle Busch.
Yeah, Chastain's leading. Wow.
I like the aggression out of a team looking for a win.
We saw the 34 of Michael McDowell. He was on pit road suffering that pass-through penalty because of speeding. Well, when he came to do the penalty, he sped again. So he's going to have to come back to pit road.
I don't think anybody choked harder this playoff than Michael McDowell. He was up against it to make it to the next round anyway, but he did not do himself any favors. Wrecked at Darlington, then he's fucked up on pit road several times tonight. I mean,
almost 2 seconds ahead of Truex.
Chastain out front.
I can't believe Kyle Busch cycled through that far ahead of Truex.
2.2 seconds back. Hamlin, 5.3.
And now Hamlin's 5 seconds back, not even in contention.
Joey Logano is 5th. Harvick, Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson, Keselowski.
Chase Elliott leapfrogged Kyle Larson on that pit stop cycle. Hell, Harvick gained spots.
Every 2 seconds, you would make so much time. And with 96 laps to go, we expect another green flag pit stop. As here it is, Kyle Busch stalking the 42.
Kyle Busch going for lead, first time tonight.
Busch to the inside for the lead.
The wrong goddamn Toyotas are going to win.
Drops back to second. Kyle Busch leading at Richmond. And the hand goes out to Wade.
You mentioned at the start of the show, this is a good racetrack. You have the confidence. Even after last week's disappointment, able to take the week and regroup mentally, focus, come in here.
Kurt Busch 3 points ahead of the cut line while sitting at home. He's probably back to Charlotte by now.
We see him express his frustrations, show his anger, and we think, oh, he's mentally out of it. And the next week comes, and he's right back in the game. He's always been like that. He's able to put those things behind him. Seems like he just gets it off his chest, and he moves on to the next thing.
I think that bottom 4 you see right there, Almirola, 3 out, Reddick, 4 out, Byron, and McDowell, I think they're the 4 that get eliminated next week. Chase Elliott up to 6th. Every point matters.
Right, Eric Almirola pitted twice under that pit cycle there. The reason being is you heard the left rear was loose.
And yeah, Almirola had to pit twice. That's why he's fallen out of the playoffs now.
1 lap down from being just outside the top 10 around 11 when that pit cycle started.
All the way back to 20th behind William Byron in the 19th. So this is a team, Rick, that made the playoffs, but they were going to need some really impressive execution, I think, to have a great chance of pointing their way in. They're still right around the cut line, but they were pulling that execution off. Those 10 points going to make a big difference.
Yeah, what the fuck did happen to Christopher Bell? He's non-existent now. Have they said what happened to Bell? Or have I just been not paying attention? Kyle Busch, his picker had a 2-second faster stop than Truex. That's how he got the lead.
2.3 seconds.
That and Chastain short pitted and already gave it back at this point in the run.
Is the gap now between the 18 and the 19.
There's the 19 of Truex Jr.
Chase Elliott, top 5. Hello, Denny. Chase is back.
11.5 seconds. Pretty quick. Kyle Busch out front. Real NASCAR nonstop.
Busch, Truex, Chastain, Hamlin, Elliott. 88 to go. Nothing against Almirola, but I'm glad he had to pit twice. Like I said, I'm rooting for playoff trouble for everybody except Hendrick cars and Hamlin because he's already locked in the next round anyway, and I could win money off of him. Hey, Avery. Yeah, Bell's 9th now. Looks like he got by Larson. Larson's about to be tailing the lead lap here in a little bit. Your man Dennis is giving away my $20. And that is just a damn shame. Poor Alex Bowman, like I said last week, he used up all his good karma to win Pocono the way he did. Yeah, you got it bad when you're racing Ryan Newman. Fucking William Byron. Wonder what Newman's going to do next year, if anything. Bristol next Saturday. I'll be there. Did I mention that I'm going to Bristol? I'm so excited.
Federated Auto Parts 400 from Richmond Raceway. A reminder, at the conclusion of tonight's race, make sure to join us for the post-race show.
All the onboards from the night. You're going to see some guys really smooth with their hands and some guys not so much. Trying to fight that car around the racetrack. Kyle Busch in a lot of traffic right here. Rolls up on the back bumper of the 41 of Cole Custer.
Do you know that you take your right hand off the steering wheel when you drive?
Yeah,
every
I
lap.
learned that from Mark Martin. I was watching cars from the 80s with Mark Martin driving, and I was like, he's fast. We'll do what he's doing. I tried to drive like Brad Keselowski. He's at 9 and 3 o'clock. He stays there. I don't know how he does it. He was racing for us. I tried to mimic what he was doing, but I got to move my hand. It's just a habit.
That proved the front stretch. We rode on board. There's Brad right there.
3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. That's how they teach you to do it in DMV, isn't it?
I often wonder if I'd been a race car driver, how would I put my hands on the wheel? You know, when I was a kid and I watched my dad drive, it drove me crazy how he always drove with one hand on the wheel. I'm like, no, you got to be like the NASCAR drivers, put both hands on the wheel.
We're hearing now, maybe the potential is that it moved to 9 and 3 because of the airbag.
Oh.
Kyle Busch out front by 2 seconds over teammate Truex Jr.
And that 2 seconds is an important gap because that's about what Kyle Busch made up on the last green flag pit stop. So if you're Truex's team, you're really still coaching him along with 78 laps to go. Keep us close. Maybe James Small can try to pull that 19 in a lap early and try to leapfrog the 18 on pit road.
Yeah, Robert, it's pretty frustrating. Hey, you're third place. 5 seconds back. Law of averages says we will get another yellow. But I don't know. It's Cup at Richmond. We might not. I've seen a lot of Cup races at Richmond go green for absurd amounts of time. And we might be witnessing another.
Coming up on 76 laps to go. Just a few more updates. Let's go, Marty.
Product of Southside Speedway, Denny Hamlin, the hometown kid, trying to get another.
Hey, up there, kid. Can't win me $20 fucking.
About how good the 11 car was once his teammates got around him. Denny's still trying to solve that riddle. Listen.
Riddle me this, Denny Hamlin.
Pretty simple, but pretty hard to do. Hamlin's car is still good on the long run, but just not as good as that 18 and the 19, Dylan.
Another car that's pretty good, Marty, is the 9 at Chase Elliott. Just moved around Chastain into the 4th spot. This is one track that this team thought they probably wouldn't win at if you had to pick any of the tracks left in the playoffs, just kind of based on previous experience.
Chase Elliott 4th. He passed Ross Chastain. Told you Chase could get back in this thing.
Chase, his latest report just felt like he has nothing to lean on, maybe in part due to that damage that he suffered with that pit stop, but car looks like it's pretty good right now as he rolls through the top 5, Parker.
Well, Dylan, for Kevin Harvick, it's been a very interesting night to listen to his radio. He has talked about how bad that car is at times, almost every portion of this racetrack, and at one point described it as driving on ice. But you know what's funny is if you look at the performance of this Ford car since we've entered the playoffs at these 750 horsepower tracks, that has been the strength for Stewart Haas Racing. I asked Kevin, why is that? And he said basically at these 750 horsepower tracks, the window that the car works is bigger than we have at the 550 horsepower tracks. For whatever reason, if it's tighter or it's looser, further than we can get on the 550, we can still make speed. And even as bad as that car has been, he's still in the top 10 of that Ford car in a solid run here tonight.
Just saw Kyle Busch and Ryan Newman racing each other. Kyle Busch went to the bottom of Ryan Newman.
Ryan Newman tried to trot Kyle Busch to the apron.
Immediately recognized he got off of that. He had to be able to run right into the left rear quarter panel with Ryan Newman.
Oh, man. Well, Kyle Busch already got the hardest part of the night done. He lapped Ryan Newman.
One of those racetracks. Really easy.
That's a big obstacle to clear. Newman's 2 laps down.
Team can make some changes for that. If it's a major issue. That's the first time we've seen it all night with Kyle. I don't think they'll make any changes for that.
Just moments ago, we saw playoff standings pop up, and you saw Larson's name in yellow, and right now you see a white line underneath Kyle Larson. That means he's going to advance into the round.
Kyle Larson is mathematically clinched to make the next round. I mean, I knew he would be after last week. He was plus 80. But now it's official. Larson's in the next round. As if there was ever any doubt.
Potentially a third if we see a different winner than Denny Hamlin or Kyle Larson tonight.
Stuck behind Kevin Harvick right now. Christopher Bell looking fast again. Chase Elliott's 4th. He probably won't be for long because here comes Bell.
Reddick is still that first car 1 lap down.
Yep.
In that position for
Bell rolls that outside off of 2 and makes the pass really easily. 69 to go. Nice.
On the outside of Chase Elliott, remember, he's used that
Be patient, Chase.
all night long to pit later than everybody else.
Toyotas are good. I just wish the 11 was the one out front.
It's been impressive to watch Christopher Bell take those newer tires and has great speed in his car and just drives right back up through the top 10. When he comes out on the track,
Man, my fucking neck.
10th place, and I'm like, man, he's got so much time that he's lost, and he's gave up on the racetrack, and halfway through this run, he's back into the top 4.
And Dale, I actually like that call for this final pit stop. I would consider running this one 10 or 12 laps long, and I know you're going to give up a ton of time. I wouldn't go so much as I would lose a lap, but I would run really long because...
I'm with Letarte here. I like that move that Chastain, or the move that Bell made where they ran like 5 or so laps longer. I'd push it. I'd go like 8 to 10 laps longer. I know that's asking a lot, but I would do it.
So Kyle Busch puts him a lap down. He won here early.
Better just hope it stays green after that, though.
He is a lap down. Kyle Busch up front.
Recent Cup Series trends at Richmond say it will stay green. 65 laps to go. Spring race was an anomaly with that late caution, but recent Richmond Cup races are pretty uneventful. Oh, I got a thumbs down. Hey, that's 2 streams in one. That's rare. 2 streams in one day where I got a thumbs down. Oh, I always wondered. I'm like, you know, I understand if you don't like my stream, but why give me a thumbs down? If you don't like it, turn my fucking stream off, go somewhere else, buy cable. What are you doing here? Because most people that don't like my stream get mad that I'm not showing the race because they don't have fucking cable or something. I used to make that joke a lot. I'm like, sorry you don't get NBCSN on your rabbit ears. But if you're relying on me for the fucking race, I feel sorry for you. I've always said people that want to watch the race will find a way to watch the race if they really give a shit. The boomers will just go complain on the NASCAR Facebook page. Oh, get NBCSN. Well, get fucking cable or a streaming service or something, bro. It's not hard. You know, it's exciting. Ever since I got AMC Plus, I get to watch The Walking Dead a week early and with no commercials, and I don't have to dodge spoilers anymore because I'm already a week ahead of pretty much everybody. I know other people have AMC Plus, but not everybody has it, so I don't have to dodge spoilers for The Walking Dead like I used to while I'm watching like Sunday Night Football or NASCAR stuff or something. So, yay. Thank you, Mark. Some days I don't feel like I have much to offer on commentary, and this is one of those days because the better part of the Xfinity race was dull, and this race has had its moments, but it's been kind of meh for a while, so I don't really have much to offer aside from the obvious. So today's not one of my best days. The Rams with the ugliest fucking uniforms in the NFL.
Coming up next Saturday,
sorry, they showed the Sunday Night Football commercial again. I got to say something about it every time they show it. Who has the worst uniforms in the NFL? Go. I'll say the Rams. Worst uniforms in the NFL, go to the Rams. Because off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody else with worse. You don't want your job, how do you quit? DFS, let them know. You can straight up lie to them if you want, but let them know. Give them a notice. Say, hey, on this day, I'm not going to be able to come back, and come up with a really good reason. Say, like, you've got like an opportunity to work somewhere else that pays a little more. Like, I don't know, make something up. Just do it the right way and let them know you're leaving.
They put a lot of emphasis on this.
Let them know ahead of time. Say, I'll finish out the week, and then after this, I'm gone or whatever. They always say give 2 weeks notice, but you can give a week notice. It really doesn't matter. Final pit stops are beginning. Chastain, Austin Dillon on pit road first. If I was Hamlin, I'd get on pit road ASAP. Truex is one of the first to pit road. It's like the most uneventful Kyle Busch win I've ever seen. Kyle Busch, he got the lead during a pit cycle, essentially, and he's just kind of been there ever since. It's not even like, wow, what a move Kyle made for lead. You know, he got the lead through a pit cycle, basically. He's on pit road now as well. Hamlin's staying out a little longer. Let's watch this 18 pit stop. He's on pit road. Perfect pit entry for Kyle. It was nice and aggressive and perfectly into the box. 5.5 seconds on the right side. This is going to be a good stop. Maybe not. Ooh. Slow on the left side a little bit. I don't know how fast Truex's stop was. Truex is going to cycle in front of him. Wow. Yeah, Kyle had a really... His pit crew were good on the right side, but the left side was slow. And Truex... Oh, too fast on pit road. Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch, too fast on pit road. It's over. Hell, his playoff fucking hopes might be over. Lucky for him, we're going to Bristol next week. If he's ever going to fucking bounce back and save his playoffs, it'd be at Bristol. Old Dennis of Hamilton on pit road now. The 18 won't be a factor. Youch. Well, Kyle was right. They need to run better to have a chance. They were running better, but the dumbass driver made a mistake. Sorry, Kyle. Slow pit stop for Hamlin, too. 14-second. Just when we were about to get bored with this race. I mean, I kind of already was, but now we got something to pay attention to. Kyle Larson to pit road for the last time, unless we get a caution later. You never know.
Larson towards the back half of the top 10 there and running and struggling with the race car, saying as soon as it loads up in the center of the corner,
here comes Kyle to service penalty. You ain't coming back from that. The only good thing for Kyle Busch is there's only a few cars on the lead lap, so maybe he can come back. Kyle Busch can come back from that. He's going to need a caution, but there's not many cars on the lead lap, and he's got a fast car. Truex has an 8-second lead on Hamlin, who had not a good pit stop from his guys.
Hamlin to run Truex down. Really, the break for Truex is with the speeding penalty for Kyle Busch. That was the one that really had the chance to put the pressure on the 19. Now the 18 out of the picture. Now he has 50 laps and an 8-second lead to manage.
Fortunate thing for Kyle Busch, though, is that
this is about to be the most boring 49 lap. Truex has an 8.5-second lead. DFS, honestly, it doesn't matter how many jobs you quit. Somebody will hire you, especially now because they're like, oh, nobody wants to work. We can't get help. Everybody's bitching because they can't get help because they won't fucking pay people. So now it's easier than ever to get jobs. You are in the job era, my friend. COVID fucking changed everything. Now it's easy to get a job.
He has no clue where he's at on the racetrack, and those type of issues.
Chase Elliott is fourth. He just passed Ross Chastain. I'd like to knock on the door of this top three and get a yellow. Yes, I want my $20, but yes, I'd like to see Chase Elliott win. Yeah, there's so few cars on the lead lap, that penalty was not that devastating, but it definitely takes him out of contention for the win.
Right, as you guys mentioned, he has a massive lead over his teammate there, Denny Hamlin, when Kyle Busch made that mistake. And as I said,
Truex is going to cruise to victory now. It's just like when I was at fucking Darlington. This reminds me a lot of when I was at Darlington. Same kind of race. Denny's disadvantage is that he's got to work hard to get to Truex. Truex doesn't have to do anything with 44 to go.
Great race cars would get these long green flag runs. See Truex right here off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Well, here's the second place car. Here he comes. I mean, you know, we're used to seeing, or we love to see.
Truex just has to manage the gap.
Appreciate
He'll fucking well over half the field's a lap down. You're not really putting pressure to lap anyone.
Doesn't happen that often anymore. Let's listen into Denny Hamlin's radio.
You're in second, 8 seconds back, 3 laps, better tires than the 19.
Great, clear communication to his driver.
I've never once had a job call one of my references. Isn't that weird? Lucky for me, I've had the same job for almost 4 years now, so I haven't had to worry about it. But I've had a couple of jobs as well as my current job that I've had for 4 years, because every now and then we have a long break on my job, which is unfortunate. But
drivers, you know how easy it is, Jeff. You pointed out earlier the 18 locked on his left front tire, right? Truex catches last cars at the wrong time. You can give up chunks of time quickly.
Yeah,
You really can. This racetrack, you catch somebody, takes forever to pass. We've seen that already, but you catch them 2 or 3 wide, and it can eat off 2 seconds easy. Hamlin's got to stay in the game here.
Yeah, he's already knocked 1 second off.
Yeah, Hamlin's making nice gains, but will he have anything left by the time he gets there?
He can be a little more aggressive with that line of traffic, Marty.
I think Chris Gabehart was just playing any card he had left in his playbook here to be able to catch the 19. He saw 2 runs ago how much better the 19 was in the middle part of the run. Denny is still the faster car at the end of the run. So does he have enough time to be able to go catch that 19?
40 laps.
And Gabehart keeps telling him those fresher tires will pay off. You're cutting off time every lap.
And that's what you hope is right now he's usually about 2/10 quicker.
Get me that 20 bucks.
These last 40 laps, and it doesn't even out that you don't lose the balance of the car.
And you hope the crew chief's telling you the truth. Sometimes, he tells you things, he's just trying to motivate you, but because 19's so far out there, he can't really see him yet. He can't really get his eyes on him to see him.
Well, I agree, but if you're telling me, you're 8 seconds back, but now you're 7 seconds back, now you're 6.5 seconds, that kind of stuff right there is the best motivation for any driver to hear over the radio.
The most satisfying thing in a NASCAR game is when I'm cutting into somebody's lead. Oh, it feels good.
I'm also telling him that the straightaway in front of Martin Truex Jr. is full of race cars, and they're racing. We can catch him just like this situation.
And yeah, Truex is in the same situation Hamlin was in with Elliott early in the race. He's got Chase Briscoe and Daniel Suarez up ahead of him, and they're not going to lay over. I know they're already laps down, but they don't want to go another down.
You see at 19 not able to open up the steering wheel and get up the racetrack. Anytime he comes up off the corner underneath the car, that's going to cost him a 10.
Truex lost like 2/10 from turn 4 through turn 1 that time.
Heading into the next round and big momentum heading into next week. He and Sherry Pollock's longtime partner have been fighting childhood cancer and ovarian cancer. They have an event on Wednesday, Catwalk for a Cause, helping out kids, cancer, raising awareness. And again, that's this Wednesday. Very philanthropic. Martin Truex Jr., Sherry Pollock's.
Hamlin's got an under 6 seconds, coming to 35 to go. It just depends. I'm not optimistic, but at least it's shrinking. At least it's shrinking. It's not quite Chase Elliott at Watkins Glen, but it's pretty good for Denny right now.
Racing going way at the end of this year. Keep in mind, that's kind of the group that revitalized and introduced everybody to Ross Chastain in the Xfinity Series. He won with Chip Ganassi Racing in their Xfinity car, really kind of put him on the map. Of course, now he's transitioned to the Cup Series, but I think he wants to send this team out on a good note, certainly doing his part the last couple of weeks, Parker. Trying to chase him down right behind you, see in that white and green car is Kevin Harvick in the 4 car. This is probably the best this car has been throughout the race. Coming to them, they've thrown a lot of adjustments at this 4 car trying to make.
Yeah, the last 2 laps, Denny did lose some time. I noticed it went from 5.3 back to 5.6. It's going to take a caution. You get a caution, I really think you got a chance. But you're going to need a caution. I'm really hoping for one, honestly.
In these first 3 races, he said this race, Richmond, is the biggest challenge in the playoffs. We get through this race, we have a lot of good tracks coming up for the 5 team. I think they're pretty happy with the speed they have tonight, Dylan.
A little bit of deja vu from the car right behind him, Kyle Busch in the 18. Here in the spring, felt like they had a really good race car, had to overcome a pit penalty late, ended up in the 8th spot. Well, here they are again.
I'm very optimistic about Ross Chastain's future after this year. Especially Trackhouse has a year under their belt now. They're getting all those resources from Ganassi. I'm optimistic.
They're on their way to doing that right now, Parker. The guy we're trying to chase him down is Austin Dillon, who's the second of those 2 cars of the non-playoff cars in the top 15. An excellent run for this 3 car. One of Austin Dillon.
And Austin Dillon's still hanging in the top 10.
Look, over the next couple of races and weeks, we have one goal. That is find ourselves in victory lane. Anything we do that gets us closer there to winning a race.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably over now, Robert. Need a yellow. I'm right there with you, though. I'm pulling for you, I promise.
As a race car driver, some days they're flat, the results are not flashy, but for Ryan Blaney to come here at Richmond, one of his toughest racetracks, and really run top 10 for much of the day, struggling with the handling of the race
80 hours a week, god damn. How do you live?
I think Blaney would take tonight. Sure, you would love to run better. Certainly they have the momentum coming into the playoffs. This is a little bit of a win that Todd Gordon promised earlier in the week, saying, hey, we're going to run better at Richmond. They're running there right now. If they can get the free pass, who knows, Rick? They might wind up.
Yeah, Blaney's first car lap down and 11th.
Drivers right now being led by Joey Logano, who is 5th, but then you do have Blaney
And the Toyota Invitational 400 at Richmond.
Although they are a lap down.
The whole time we've been going through the field here, we continue to watch that lead, and it's sort of hovered right here around 5.5 seconds. Then he gained about 2/10 lap, closed in really quickly, but now the lead sort of stabilized for Truex. Then he's dealing with this lap traffic, struggling just a little bit.
Somebody do something.
But Denny is still the fastest car on the racetrack and has been.
Denny's the fastest car on the track, but he's not fucking gaining. Don't you hate that in racing? Oh, you're the fastest car on the track. Then why the fuck ain't I gaining on anybody? Why am I not gaining on the guy in front of me?
Run Truex down.
We're doing all that time. Really good. He got in, went in 5.5. He stretched it back to almost 6.
So Truex is very.
That was a good lap for Denny.
The best second place car, and most to know exactly what kind of lap times they're running compared to him. But now Denny's clear traffic, and you see that lead dropping again. 25 laps to go. I don't know if it's enough.
It's not enough.
5 seconds.
Those few laps in the traffic is what did him in.
Denny Hamlin, who had been out front 197 laps tonight.
Come on, somebody do something.
56 and counting.
Please.
24 laps to go, and even less than that now as he comes out of 4.
You talk about Martin Truex Jr., I mean, for a long time.
Don't you love in racing the days you're cheering for a caution and then the other days where you're like, please God, don't let there be a caution? Today I'm like, come on, get a caution. I'm glad to be on the good side of it today where I'm hoping for a caution.
You know what? I'm going to start winning at the short tracks. There's some sort of feel he found, and he's been able to get it delivered to him time and time again by his crew chiefs. And when he gets a car like this, he makes it work for him. So, I mean, that's an impressive run by this 19 car. We wonder, Jeff, you and I were very vocal, right? We won early in the year.
Yeah, the Harvick wreck in the spring came out of nowhere, so. That damn two-stop strategy probably ruined our chances of seeing somebody lose a tire and bring out a caution.
Finish races. We have a problem in every race, and this is a great example with 22 to go. This thing can just go green, they're fine, but if it's not, they got to have the right pit stop. He's got to have the right restart. Everything has got to go right in order to win, even though he's got a fast race car.
Yeah, he arguably had the best car last week.
Larson going for 7th on Kevin Harvick.
And it is interesting to me. I always thought that was so quirky how you never won at the short tracks for so long, coming from the short track ranks. I mean, race modifieds and
20 to go.
All his life running short tracks until he broke into the Xfinity Series. So has that background, and now he's starting to be able to get the cars that he needs to be able to go out there and win these races.
See Larson going by Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick, not a great night, but a solid night. Remember, he's playing all-star.
Kevin Harvick with a yeoman's knot.
Things in tonight, he's sitting there in 6th.
And he had no pace. Most of the year, this whole organization's kind of struggling. Find a car slipping up the race.
And Denny's got it down to about 4.5. Almost. Still not enough.
Better equipment. I'm sure they want to improve on that even more, but
Just frustrating enough to make me notice that he got it under 5 seconds now.
You see that playoff bubble on the left side of the screen. Harvick's name not even on there because, like you mentioned, currently 6th. But Kurt Busch is above the cut line. And remember when we interviewed Kurt at the beginning of this race, more or less, when he went out so early, he was thinking that it was a must-win situation when he goes to Bristol.
Kurt Busch had such a good points knot at Darlington. He's still in by 1 point.
Right in front of Truex at 8 of Tyler Reddick. The reason that matters is because Reddick has just enough pace in the 15th position that Truex
Kyle Busch is going to go to Bristol near the cut line, which is just crazy to me. Especially coming out of a place like Richmond. Hell, he's going to get a top 10, and he's still going to be single-digit points, most likely. Unless he passes Harvick, then it'll be 10 to the good. Well, that's still not a lot. 10 points is a stage.
Tyler, now again up underneath the 52 here. So Josh is going to allow him to get by. When you look out the windshield, Martin's got several car lengths before he catches the next car. We'll be able to see
Hitting 15 to go.
Close that gap a little bit more now, but the 19's in clean air. Denny closing in on some traffic himself. So he has Austin Dillon in there in front of him. A car with decent pace tonight. Those are the ones that seem to give these lead lap cars trouble.
Dillon right now, the first car a lap down. He's running 10th. So only 9 cars on the lead lap right now. That's the pace.
If you're on the lead lap tonight, you're pretty good.
But we've always known too that the guys that are like Austin that just went a lap down, they race the leader a little bit harder. They're trying to stay on the lead lap. And when Denny gets to him, not that they're not going to race him as well, but maybe not quite as hard because he's not the leader putting them a lap down. Into the inside and clear the 3.
This has certainly been a regular old NASCAR race. If a yellow comes out, I think Chase and Denny both have a shot.
Impressive second half of the race from Mark Truex Jr. I mean, Denny Hamlin's led 197 laps in this race, and I'm not sure if the adjustments got behind or if the 19 got better. But either way, I didn't know if anybody had the pace for the 11 and the 19. It's just.
Oh, I'd give a lot of money for it. Well, I wouldn't get. Actually, I just want the caution so I can have a chance at some money.
So he's running up and down the spotter stand to all these cars. Drew Herring is running up and down the spotter stand to the 47. To all these teams saying, hey, man, give us what lane can you give us? Give us the top. Give us the bottom. Help us out. Try not to race us off the corner. Allow Truex to get by cleanly and quickly.
And Drew Herring is a former driver, so Drew knows exactly what Martin Truex needs right here.
He's 47. He's going to be there on corner exit. Martin's going to have to struggle.
Denny's got it under 4, but the bad news is there's only 11 laps to go.
More than anything, Mark Truex Jr. needs this one to go green.
Well, 11 to go, yep. He's got just under a 4-second lead. All the chips are on the table.
Oh my God, Truex lost like 3/10 off of 2 that time.
It's been 135 lap green flag run, so
135 laps, 136 now under green.
10 to go. Drivers getting tired.
10 to go.
Denny's got no traffic right now in front of him.
Larson and Chastain racing for 6th.
3.5 seconds.
Everybody's so strung out, there's not going to be a caution without a tire failure or something.
They might not make it as difficult as they did for Truex, but he still has to go through a lot of traffic as well.
Oh, I feel helpless. Damn, Denny's got it down to 3 seconds now.
And not the race-winning Kyle Larson that we've been accustomed to seeing this year, but just solid. Not putting himself.
You need 2 of these 9 laps to go really well here, Robert.
What they need. Take any drama away.
Oh, Chastain puts the fucking bumper to Kyle Larson. I thought he was going to spin him out.
There was drama.
Larson's got to be like, what?
If I'm Larson, I'm like, the fuck you doing, man? Good thing Larson's mathematically locked in, or I'd be a little pissy right now.
Sorry, man, my bad.
But they never slow down and let you have the spot back.
Well, this guy's going to probably get back to it. We'll see if he's as nice.
He is back to him. He's on the inside. And will he complete?
And Chastain kind of let Larson go there. That tells me Chastain did not mean to run into Larson. He kind of let him go there. And Denny's got it under 3.
It's 2.8 seconds now. The gap back from Truex to
Yeah.
Hamlin.
That's a lot of time still with only 6 laps to go. Here Truex says he just doesn't have any tires.
Truex says he feels like he doesn't have any damn tires left, but I think it ain't going to matter. 6 to go. Denny got fucked by some lap cars out turn 4 that time.
Pretty clear in front of him. So the 19. Truex has a clear traffic in front of him. The 10 car is the next car in front. I don't think he catches him.
5 to go.
With 6 laps to go, calm down. 5 laps to go now.
There's the lead. Denny trying to get there, man, but I just don't. There's not enough time. Even though he's had the faster car this entire run, Truex is out of tires. Denny needs another 10 or 15 laps. Yeah,
Denny needs a fucking yellow.
Pretty sketchy. There's only one car between the 19 and the 11.
4 to go.
What he's going to be able to do here? Denny Hamlin assures a spot in the next round. If Truex can win today, he'll be assured a spot. For a company like Joe Gibbs Racing to have 2 cars they don't have to stress about in Bristol, very good for the organization.
I can't believe they're going to have to go to Bristol and stress about Kyle Busch, who was only 8 points above the cut line.
Here's Coach Gibbs. Done a great job. Unbelievable leader.
3 to go. Denny's got it down to about 2 seconds. Like I said, needed a lap or 2 to really go your way, and we didn't quite get there.
The way the day started for Martin Truex Jr., we've talked about all of these playoff drivers and having issues with what they've had to go through. Well, Martin Truex Jr. initially jumped the start of the race. Was to the start-finish line prior to Denny Hamlin.
2 to go.
You see 2 laps to go. Had to go to the back. And Martin Truex Jr.
The pain. The pain.
His crew, and now a 1.9-second lead.
I know Denny probably isn't any more comfortable.
Hey, it's under 2 seconds. Trouble is, you're coming to the white flag.
Got his hands full trying to get the power down on the corner exit here.
That's the gap.
White flag.
1 lap to go at Richmond.
Hamlin could see Truex now, but it don't matter.
4th win of 2021.
2nd and a half.
A spot in the round of 12. A win locks you in.
Well, that's that, boys and girls. The wrong fucking Toyota won. Martin Truex Jr. steals my $20 at Richmond. Denny Hamlin 2nd. Thanks, Denny. Thanks for nothing. At Richmond again, thanks for nothing. Christopher Bell 3rd. Chase Elliott 4th. Joey Logano 5th. Kyle Larson 6th. Ross Chastain 7th. Kevin Harvick 8th. Kyle Busch, an ultimately disappointing 9th. Ryan Blaney 10th. And we go to Bristol with Kyle Busch only 8 points to the good. So I get 5. Okay, I'll take the 5 for Truex winning. It's not 20, but I'll take it.
1.5-second win.
Martin Truex wins the most boring fucking races. I would know. I've been to several of them that he's won. Okay, 2 of the races I saw Truex win in person were not boring. 2017 Fall Charlotte and the 2019 Coke 600 were both really good races. Martin. Thank you for the $5, Michael. I don't deserve it because Denny Hamlin and me let you down tonight, but at least the Toyota still won for you. Oh, boy.
Martin Truex Jr. What a career he has had.
But I will take the 5. So I don't. At least I don't walk out of today empty-handed.
With his dream of being a Cup driver, and now 31 wins to his career. He's currently 28th in the all-time list, behind Dale Jarrett. DJ has 32 wins. Martin Truex Jr. now with 31. Joe Gibbs Racing finishes 1, 2, 3 with Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, and
Don't expect any drama after this race. Everybody was so far apart. I see what they were trying to do when they pitted later. But yeah, in hindsight, they should have pitted a lap earlier. At least a lap earlier. They missed it by 1 fucking lap.
Martin
and didn't get the cautions. Truex wins a lot with that paint scheme. That style of paint scheme. He wins a lot with that. Yeah, Earl, I got you covered on that. I knew that would be a good night for Bill. And you get to save some of your other, more consistent cars for later in the playoffs.
So much is made of momentum in sports.
Boy, I'm tired. And why do I feel like I'm just going to wake up at 5 a.m. anyway? And so will I, Rick Allen. I will be headed to Bristol next weekend. It feels good to say that. That's why I keep saying it. Scuba Steve, damn you!
Helmet is off. Martin Truex Jr. now able to celebrate. We'll hear from him. Good morning.
With the stars and stripes on his car, 20th anniversary of 9/11, Martin said this one means a lot. How about in front of these Richmond fans to win?
In his hometown of New York City. Oh, wait, he's from New Jersey.
As well, Martin.
Yeah, it's it's a big day, Marty. It's it's an important day in our history, and I think all of us here, we're proud to win, and this car is amazing, and there's so many people to thank. But what a
Remember when the knock on Truex was he couldn't win on short tracks? Why do people hone in on that kind of thing? Now, Chase Elliott can't win on an oval. Martin Truex couldn't win on short track.
things about the men and women that take care of us, and all the first responders, police officers, firefighters, the military, you name it. NASCAR is very patriotic. We're very proud, and Johnny Moore's
Bristol next week, Earl.
red, white, and blue. So I'm very proud of everybody to be able to do this today.
How much of the finish of this night?
That's not Bill or Kyle Larson.
Was about the start of this night.
Earl, you got to come back and ask me Friday night during the Xfinity race or something. I got to think about it.
I'm not going to lie, but I knew we'd have a good enough car to overcome it.
Because there's a lot I could pick for Bristol. A lot.
Just one of those things, you got to put it out of your mind and you got to go race. And we knew there was a lot on the line tonight. So I'm very happy to get to do this and go to Bristol without any worries. Next week is always fun.
You JGR drivers pick good times to win, don't you? I mean, it's been since May at Darlington. Long time for the 19 team.
Yeah, it's been a while. Marty, we talked last week about how much speed we had in these things. And just thanks to all my guys and everybody at JGR, Toyota TRD, Bass Pro, Auto Owners, Research Fine Foods, Oakley, Textron, everybody that helps us. We couldn't do it without them. So very lucky to get to do this, as I mentioned. And
because, like I said, I will be at Bristol for the Cup race, so no stream next Saturday night, but the Xfinity race I will stream.
Richmond, the fans cheering them on. Truex soaking this one in a little bit, Rick.
The 41-year-old will be headed to Ruoff Mortgage Victory Lane. When we talked to him before the playoffs started, he said, age doesn't matter. Right now he's showing. Gives a Martin Truex Jr. fan the checkered flag. A thumbs up to the fans here at Richmond.
Weird race. Weird race. All right, boys and girls, here's the game plan. If you're even remotely interested, come back tomorrow around 1 o'clock because we're going to watch football all day, and I'm going to be here to talk about it. Maybe if I get emotionally invested enough in my own team, I might even yell about it. I don't know. After tomorrow, we stream a few football games all day long. Monday Night Football, we stream that. Thursday Night Football, probably stream. Yeah, I'm definitely going to stream that. I know there's a truck race going on at the same time. Then next Friday, Xfinity race. But then, like I said, Saturday night, no stream. I will be at Bristol, so come back tomorrow or come back later this week. Whatever you want to do. But in the meantime, I'm going to go find the energy to take a shower. Actually, I'll probably just go straight to bed and take a shower when I wake up. But thank you, Denny Hamlin, for nothing. And I will see